Coming up, Tim Tebow is cleared. Will he play? We'll preview tonight's blockbuster matchup between top-ranked Florida and number 4 LSU when the Geico halftime report continues. The Geico halftime report continues. A reminder, coming up in prime time, top-ranked Florida travels into Death Valley to take on number 4 LSU. Now, Tim Tebow has been medically cleared to play, but that doesn't mean he will. If John Brantley gets the nod at quarterback, what can the redshirt sophomore expect to see from LSU tonight, Archie?
Well, I think he'll see a lot of looks from John Chavis. He's a very talented quarterback. There's no doubt in my mind he's going to be a great player at Florida. Now, I'm curious, what kind of game plan are they going to have for him? Now, they've had 2 weeks to get him ready. Is he going to run from the spread as much as Tim Tebow? I doubt it. But in Tiger Stadium, with that, if that's his first start, you're going to turn him loose throwing? I don't think so. I think we'll see a lot of the Florida running game.
Listen, I can understand the temptation, purely from a football standpoint, gentlemen, to play him against LSU's front because they haven't been able to get to the quarterback in 3 consecutive games, 0 sacks. But you know what? I cannot get that image out of my mind of Tim Tebow being concussed on national television. That arm goes up in the air, and you know what? He's totally out, guys. This is a scary, scary scene to take a look at. I've been concussed before. Archie, you know what it's like. They said it was just getting stung or dinged. But you know what? This guy was out. This was a cowboy cold cock concussion. He's going to be out, in my opinion, no less than 2.5, 3 weeks. But he's going to make the call. We'll see how that plays out. But again, when you look at him practice on Wednesday, to me, I'm not an expert at body language, but he looks a little bit tentative. Again, this is just shells right here, and so not hard contact. But Tim Tebow does not look like, look at his eyes. He doesn't show that kind of focus and concentration, little indecision perhaps in his body language. He's going to deal with a lot of pressure there at night in hostile environments. It's going to be difficult for him.
Might we see a Willis Reed type moment tonight? Well, the implications of this game couldn't be bigger. The winner of this matchup has gone on to win the BCS National Championship in each of the past 3 years. The football action continues tomorrow with an NFL doubleheader. Early on, most will see the Raiders and the Giants. Then most will see the Patriots and the Broncos. It all starts at noon Eastern with the NFL today. Archie, how's Eli's arch feeling?
Well, he said he got a little better each day. He did practice on Friday. I think Eli expects to start tomorrow.
Okay. I know you're not here to see David Carr. Thanks for watching the Geico Halftime Report. Coming up, the second half of Alabama Ole Miss. You enjoy the rest of the game.
CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico.com. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
All right, Craig, I want to take you to Baton Rouge in Death Valley. There's Superman without his cape. Now, he has been medically cleared, but is still a game-time decision for Urban Meyer. Doing a lot of running around. It looks as though he may be able to go. He's got his feet underneath him. Number 1, Florida against LSU. By the way, Archie has been cleared for halftime of LSU, Florida. Back to you.
Here's what's on tonight on CBS and 10 Connects. You're watching 10 Connects News in HD, powered by Bright House Networks, home of free HD. From Tampa Bay's Information Center, this is 10 Connects News.
The Gators getting ready to battle the LSU Tigers, but will they have Tim Tebow? Folks, it is one of the most anticipated matchups for the Gators. Florida taking on LSU tonight right here on 10 Connects. Folks, in less than an hour or so, 10 Connects sports anchor Dave Worth live in Baton Rouge. Looks like it's pretty loud there. How's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Barely, but I can hear you, Tammy. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Well, let me tell you, this place is not even close to half full, and it's one of the loudest places I've ever been in. This is Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, LSU in Florida tonight. Over to my right here is actor Cuba Gooding Jr. It's a celebrity city here on the field. How about that? Dave's Celebrity Corner, we've got Cuba Gooding Jr. How about that? But I know you don't want to hear about him. You want to hear about the lowdown on Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is practicing right now. He's on the field. He's on the right-hand side, but he's behind a whole lot of people. But he came out about, I'd say about 20 minutes ago. He looks great. He's warming up. Everyone is reporting that he will start. That's not the official word from Gainesville, though. But everyone else is saying he will start, and he looks great in the field right now. That's all I can say at the present time. Now, there are plenty of Gator fans here. I talked to one of them just a few minutes ago, John from Crystal River. Here he is. Happened to see the Gators arrive?
Sure did.
Okay, did you see Tebow?
Tebow looking good.
Yeah?
Looking sharp. Just fine and ready to play.
Does he look healthy?
He looks great. Yeah.
All right, that's the word. That was some people that watched the Gators arrive by via bus about an hour ago, actually, about the top of the hour. So that's the situation right now. Tebow is warming up. It certainly looks like he's going to play. No official word. We should know, unfortunately, not until kickoff. I'll be back in Sports Tammy with a lot more. Back to you.
We'll be looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Dave. Again, folks, kickoff is at 8 o'clock tonight. And we're going to have much more from Dave in Baton Rouge a little later.
A huge game weighed against a complete recovery from a concussion. Top-ranked Florida had to make the biggest call of the season today. With the doctors okay, UF has reportedly decided quarterback Tim Tebow will start against fourth-ranked LSU. But that takes us back to our 10 Connects pregame coverage in Baton Rouge with sports anchor Dave Worth in Death Valley. Take it away, Dave.
All right, Angela, this place is absolutely rocking, and it's not full yet. Over 92,000 people are expected to be here at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. That's the largest crowd ever. This is the game of the year. Number 1 Florida, number 4 LSU. And you are correct, the medical staff has cleared Tim Tebow to play. He was out here on the field for warm-ups. He just left about 5 or 10 minutes ago. He spent about 40 minutes here on the field. Honestly, he looked great. He was doing everything. He was throwing passes to his receivers. He was running around almost like a little kid again. And it looks like he is going to start in tonight's football game. Now, there's a lot of Gator fans here, not nearly as many Tiger fans, of course, as Tiger fans, but I talked to a couple of them, the Moses family from Tampa, who have some split allegiances for this game. All right, tell me the story about these shirts here.
Well, we were born here in Louisiana, grew up, both my wife and our whole families went to LSU, graduated LSU. I actually played baseball here.
Yeah.
And then I got transferred to Florida. And one daughter went to UF. Now my youngest one is
yeah, there we go.
cheerleader at UF. So we're here in support.
All right, you're not rooting for both, or are you rooting for both?
Well, what I usually say is we won. When they say who won,
oh, I saw the chomp. I saw the chomp. There we go. So that's the deal. Okay.
Yeah, always Gatorade.
Yeah. Were you here a couple minutes ago when they arrived?
Yes, we were.
Did you see Tim?
Of course.
Okay. What's your assessment?
We knew he was going to play a long time before anybody else did because she has the inside track.
Okay, it's an exclusive. Go ahead.
It's questionable. Medical test until right now. Suspense. It's all about suspense.
So the decision really hasn't been made?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
They'll let everybody know it's 6:45. Or it's 7:05 when whoever runs out of the tunnel.
How did Tim look?
Good.
Yeah?
Feeling a lot better.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. It is all but official. Tim Tebow is going to start and play tonight. A couple of things to mention about this game. The winner of this game the last 3 years has gone on to win the national championship. And the LSU Tigers have won 32 straight games in this stadium on Saturday night. These people are lathered up here and looking forward to a great game. Tebow will start and play kickoff in less than an hour. I'm Dave Worth, live in Baton Rouge. Angela, back to you.
I gotcha. Thanks, Dave. A blockbuster at Tiger Stadium tonight.
Here's Tebow. Watch out. Touchdown. How about that? Tiger Stadium on a Saturday night. It's the home of the LSU Tigers. It is known as Death Valley. More than 93,000 expected to gather to watch this man play football. Tim Tebow shaking hands with his teammates about 5 o'clock this afternoon, gets a hug from his head coach, Urban Meyer, who points out the location of the family. His mom, Pam, his father, Bob, and the other members of the Tebow family. Meanwhile, arriving in slightly more formal fashion, Les Miles and the Tigers of LSU.
This guy's unbelievable. You can't do this stuff. Oh, my gosh! Now, fire up the crowd for the win. He nailed it!
The Home Depot SEC on CBS. It's called Death Valley on a Saturday night. No scene quite like it in college football. And that is especially the case when the game features the top-ranked Florida Gators and the fourth-seeded Tigers of LSU. Good evening, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson. On its own merits, this game was destined to attract a lot of attention, but the anticipation was ratcheted up because the will he or won't he status of Tim Tebow. It was 2 weeks ago tonight, third quarter against Kentucky, a clean but hard hit from Taylor Wyndham, concussion for Tim Tebow, the Florida quarterback. He's been medically cleared. A moment ago, Tracy with Urban Meyer.
Coach, now that Tim has been medically cleared to play, will we see him start?
Yeah, Tim's going to start the game tonight.
Any changes offensively to protect him?
Oh, we're always going to try to protect him. We'll probably do some more things more than usual to protect tonight, but he's going to play and he's ready to go. He's been cleared, 100% ready.
What if he's not playing well? Will you make the switch?
No, Tim's our quarterback at Florida. We'll try to maybe get Johnny in the game, but Tim's our quarterback.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Tracy, thank you. John refers to John Brantley. Now, you spent a lot of time down on the field. Are we going to see the real Tim Tebow tonight?
I know we will. Now, the only way to corral this guy, because he only knows one way to play, is with the play calls. When you go down there and watch him on the sideline, he's just like this. I mean, he plays with emotion. It's the only way he knows how to play. I think Urban Meyer tipped his hand by saying, we will manage the game from the press box and with the calls. Now, I went down on the field. I was going to ask him how he was feeling. He asked me how I was feeling. I said, I'm doing okay. So that's Tim Tebow. But this is a guy that has one way to play up the middle, but I think Urban Meyer tipped his hand. We may see Brantley. We'll see a little different look.
Now, what about the other side of the ball for LSU?
Besides Florida, the team that has the most experience in big games is LSU. And if you look at them, they're built to handle the spread because their back seven on defense athletically is as good as anyone in the country. There's some good ones, but this team has athletes at the linebackers, in the secondary, at corner, at safety. They have playmakers all over the field in the back seven. They can do it against the spread.
And we're not that far away from kickoff. You can see the crowd is filled in. We expect a dandy. Back with more and Mike the Tiger after this.
Enterprise, hi, I'm at the repair shop. I need to rent a car.
Enterprise will arrange to pick you up,
This is great.
drive you to our place, and get you on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
You have dreams for your children. Don't let times like these stand in the way of them. Protect your family with a gift of financial security, backed by the highest possible ratings for financial strength. New York Life, the company you keep.
Here's Tiger Woods doing what he does best, setting up, preparing.
He does it better than anyone else.
Makes all the difference, Jim.
Wait, I think he's ready.
Once again, excellent choice.
You know, we've come to expect nothing less.
He can see us.
Prepare your skin with Gillette's new line of hydrating body wash. It has 3 times more hydrators that lock in moisture and help eliminate dry skin.
Is that going to be cash or credit?
Check.
We only take little checks.
Undefeated top-ranked Florida against undefeated fourth-seeded LSU. And here come the Tigers. Last defeat here on a Saturday night, Alabama 7 years ago, 2 years ago, these two teams staged a game for the ages. Florida Gators. They've won 14 straight. That is the longest win streak in the country. Tim Tebow will start and will return. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Sonic, Coca-Cola Zero, New York Life, and by LG.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Right up the borderline is where I'm going away for you.
My wait is over. I'm hooking up my flat screen to DirecTV. Now I'll get every channel I want in beautiful HD.
Now that's taking HD to the limit. Cable? Not my world.
I want you so bad, it's my only wish.
I'll be rocking DirecTV.
To get the most TV for the money and lock in your price for an entire year, call 1-800-DIRECTV.
If all your paint does is paint, it's only doing half the job. Introducing the paint and primer all in one. Bare Premium Plus Ultra Interior. Every brushstroke does the work of two, so it covers in fewer coats to save you both time and money. And with hundreds of new sophisticated colors to express yourself, the performance couldn't be more beautiful. New Bare Premium Plus Ultra Interior. A great value at the Home Depot. Good, better, Bare.
It's the worst storm ever.
It bums me out. I had to stop my strategy.
Will the downpour break these castaways?
Rain really coming down.
New Survivor, CBS Thursday.
There's a snap. Got the distance. Good. Tebow with the football. Right hit.
Tebow is down. Tebow is not moving.
Throws it deep. Caught. Touchdown to the 10 to the 5. He's all alone. Touchdown, Gators. Touchdown. Touchdown. Breaks the tackle. 10, 5, touchdown. Tigers stopped him. Still on his feet. Still going. 15, 10, 5. He takes it the distance. Holy cow.
National champions 2008, the Gators of Florida. National champions 2007, the Tigers of LSU. National champions 2006, the Gators of Florida. They're both ranked in the top 5. There's a lot to like about this game. This game and all SEC college football games brought to you in crystal clear CBS high definition.
I don't want to say the scene is unbelievable, but I understand LSU just got 3 more commitments during the pregame here.
Chance of rain tonight, but it's held off almost all day. 70 degrees. It is a perfect football evening in Red Stick. Florida leads the series by 6. They won big in Gainesville last year, and you see the note at the bottom. The last 3 winners have been national champions. On your left, Trendon Holiday, 2 big returns last week in the win over Georgia on the road. The other man back is Ron Brooks. Holiday returns of 40 and 49 last week. Here's Caleb Sturgis, number 19, with the kickoff. Holiday at the 5. Out to the 29-yard line. And here comes Jordan Jefferson, starting only his 2nd game at home at night.
All the talk about Tim Tebow, the biggest difference in this game than a year ago right now is Jordan Jefferson. Last year, LSU played around their quarterback. This year, their quarterback can make plays. He's a weapon.
It was Jarrett Lee a year ago. He was benched the last 2 games. Jefferson took over, but this is only his 2nd start at home. sophomore, Destrehan, Louisiana. Fine rollout passer, more so than in the pocket. But he'll throw from the pocket now, maybe 2 yards to the 31. Omar Hunter, number 99. Now let's check the starting lineups presented by Chick-fil-A. Black, DeRozic, T-Bob, Hebert, Lyle Hitt, and Barksdale up front. It's LaFell and Tolliver, the wideouts. They're huge. Charles Scott, the running back off of a big game, and Trendon Holiday is the deep back right behind Jordan Jefferson. Double tight end set, option. Holiday with a pitch. Cunningham with a good job defensively, and they still pick up about 2. Florida defensively ranked number 1 in the country. Dunlap, Hunter, Howard, and Cunningham up front. The linebackers are Jones, Spikes in the middle, All-American, and Stamper. And the secondary, Jenkins and Black and Hill and Joe Hayden. Scott, the featured running back. It's 3rd down and 4. Jefferson flushed, goes right. A.J. Jones, that leaves a man open. It's Scott. 1st down, LSU.
Well, that time, the Florida defense tried to put pressure the first time. Spikes comes up the middle right there to the inside, flushes him out of it, and then A.J. Jones, who has the running back, Scott, thinks he has a chance to clean up on the sack, leaves his man, and Jordan Jefferson finds Scott's man on that play. Scott.
Hand off, lead block left side by Stampley, and Scott picks up 1, maybe 2.
Let's try to settle down here the way I think LSU is trying to settle down. They really believe that that first quarter buzz from Florida gets a lot of teams. It destroyed Kentucky last week. They want to calmly get through this first quarter and not make any early mistake.
A 2nd down and 9 here, 4-man rush. LaFell with the catch, number 1. Brandon LaFell at 6'3", 206.
You know, one of the funny things about these two teams is they got all these 5-star recruits. Well, Brandon LaFell was not a 5-star recruit. He was like a 2 or 3-star recruit. Found his way. The LSU staff liked him, and he's turned into be one of the great receivers in this league.
That was a gain of 8, 2nd down, 3rd down and 2. Four-man rush, Jefferson. He's really good on the roll. Fires it. Diving try. Is it caught? No. Hayden defending Terrence Tolliver.
Well, Jordan Jefferson was sacked last week 6 times by Georgia. This week already he's been flushed out of the pocket twice. Now, Florida's corners believe they can cover anyone. They don't care how tall they are, how fast they are. When you look at the Florida corners, Joe Hayden, Janoris Jenkins, they say, I'll take them. I'll take them all over the field.
Josh Jasper is going to come on. And he is the Pooch punter. Look at Brandon James. We talked so many years about his great punt returning ability. He's got 4 returned for touchdowns, but his longest return this season is 6 yards. And here's why Jasper was called upon to punt. How about that? 39 yards at the 7. When we come back, Timothy Tebow will be at quarterback.
How about it? Chicken strip dinner and a drink for $3.99.
Really great deal. Tons of food.
Wow. What an excellent bite that was.
You like that?
You mind if we play that back? Take another look at it? There's the strip grab. Nice execution.
Confident.
Look at the angle.
The angle is really important.
And, what a clean bite.
That's a clean move to the mouth.
That's a pro bite.
$3.99 chicken strip dinner and drink. Now at Sonic. Get a complete feast of a meal with a medium drink for just $3.99. Plus add a junior candy sundae for only $1. Only at Sonic.
So last year, we were a little miffed that you guys were promoting Coke Zero instead of Coke.
Yes, first Coke Zero stole our great Coke taste, then it stole our drivers.
But hey, we're past that. We're moving forward.
We're glad you're promoting the incredible Coke taste of Coke Zero.
In fact, we'd like to help. Look at that. That screams Coke Zero.
You can't see.
Oh, I'd like to be able to see. Now, would that be safe? I don't know if it's a 100% rating of safety, but you're doing 200 miles an hour, so you made some choices to begin with.
Da, 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 da.
Touch. Bigger, better picture for bigger, better entertainment. The LG NV Touch. Is it a phone or something better?
LG is a proud NCAA corporate partner. Invites you to celebrate game day moments in the SEC.
Go, Tigers!
It's been on a lot of menus this week.
Yeah,
Life's good in the SEC.
But not a lot of people have eaten much gator lately.
Certainly not the last 14 games. Rainey and Demps are both on the field. And Florida opens with 5 wide from their own 7.
Question is, do you get them hit early or do you try to keep them away from contact?
Rainey and Demps alongside Tebow. There's the dive play, and they hand it left side. Chris Rainey, gang tackle. They're going for the ball. Tackle made by Pep Livingston. And the Florida offense. Tebow at quarterback up front. Johnson, Wilson, Pouncey, and Pouncey, the twins. Marcus Gilbert at right tackle. Cooper, Deontay Thompson missed the last 2 with injuries. Demps, Hernandez, and David Nelson. Again, 5 wide on 2nd down. Flag. Delay.
I think someone moved.
Before the snap. False start. Number 57 on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. 2nd down.
Also, Vern, it looks like the switch by Florida last week is going to stand tonight. Mike Pouncey has gone over to left guard in place of Carl Johnson, and Maurice Hurt is playing right guard, number 74.
Steve Adazio, the offensive coordinator, started that offensive line 2 weeks ago against Kentucky. See the play clock at 2. Can he get it snapped? No.
I'll tell you what happened there. He would have got it snapped off, but he dropped his mouthpiece, and he had to bend down to pick up his mouthpiece, and it blew the 30-second clock. I'm quite a ways away, but I'm pretty sure that his mouth guard came out. There I see him put it in. Watch him, he's calling out the plays, Oh, he dropped the mouthpiece, and he had to put it in, and he didn't have time to regroup.
I saw Thad Matta, the Ohio State coach, basketball, drop his gum, put it right back in his mouth.
Hey, it's Jimmy Football. Hey, do you know what's wrong with your cooler? I'll tell you what, it's not a grill. I want you to say hello to the Bud Light Grueler. It's a grill and a cooler. Ring, 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 ring. It's the future. Are we here? I think we are.
It's a grill and a cooler?
It's a grueler.
Tailgate approved.
You know, I sell tools. Tools are uncomplicated. Nothing complicated about a pair of 10-inch hose clamp pliers. You know what's complicated? Shipping. Shipping's complicated.
Not really. With priority mail flat rate boxes from the Postal Service, shipping's easy. If it fits, it ships anywhere in the country for a low flat rate.
That's not complicated.
No.
Come on.
But a handshake?
Right here.
All right. Priority mail flat rate boxes. Only from the Postal Service. A simpler way to ship.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
5 feet from the hole, right here.
Hey, big fella, want a cold one? Yeah, that's it. Come on, you can do it.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
A patient fighting for life needs the doctors who keep hope alive.
I'm not giving up on you.
A new Three Rivers, Sunday, only CBS.
Just before the flag was thrown, here's Urban Meyer. Saw that play clock evaporating, and he called timeout. So, as we get back to live action, it is second down, 11. Demps split way out wide to the left. And again, an empty backfield with Tebow. Brandon James in the slot to the right. The option. Tebow decides to, now he pitches. How about that? And this is Hernandez, the tight end, who gets around the corner and picks up 16.
Well, this was actually going to be the shovel pass, but it was taken away by LSU. Watch this. The ball was going to try to go inside here. Hernandez backs up as a safety valve, and Tebow does a perfect job. Watch, it's going to go inside. Taken away, and then Tebow makes the second level. He doesn't run and makes the pitch. That's a wonderful job by the quarterback.
And a first down, Florida. LSU threatens a blitz, and they come with a run blitz, and there's the dive play, the option, and a gain of a couple. Calvin Shepard, number 11, the middle linebacker, led the defensive effort that time. Let's check this LSU defense. Alem, Al Woods, Charles Alexander turned 24 years of age yesterday, and Livingston up front. Coleman, Shepard, and Perry Riley are the linebackers, and the secondary features Chad Jones. Also Hawkins, Taylor, and Patrick Peterson, who is a wonderfully gifted cornerback. Left side, here's Demps. He can run. Boy, can he motor. Brandon Taylor saved a bunch. And there's a bobbled ball. A gain of 25.
Now, this is the dive play off the option, but if I'm an LSU fan, I'm wondering, what are you doing, defense? Let's play the dive before Florida deciding whether Florida will ever run the guy. I mean, they might not run Tebow. It's probably a declared handoff all the way, and if I'm LSU, I'm playing the dive first and see if the Florida offense is willing to get Tebow hit on the running game.
That 25-yard gain gives Florida first down. Here's Tebow backing up. He's nailed on this one, but he completes the pass at the LSU 42. So there is the first real contact of the ball game.
Comes from the corner blitz to the right side of the screen. Tebow's going to do it. And one thing, though, on this one is, and it's not the hit that they're worried about. He sees it coming, good catcher, but he did bang his head on the ground after it. We should take one more look. That's how it happened before on the leg. He did bang his head on the ground.
2nd and 2, scoreless first quarter here in Baton Rouge.
See, another dive.
Yes.
See, you got to play the dive.
And you think it's predetermined?
Well, yes, now I do. I think Florida's going to say, we're going to dive the ball, make it look like the triple option. We're going to call it, because if you give Tim the option, he's going to keep it. So we're going to determine some dive plays early. We're going to check out how the LSU's defense is going to play the option, and then we'll see what we want to do later.
Look at Florida offensively, just under 60% LSU defense. Not terrific. 3rd and short.
This is usually Tebow time. Let's see if there's a changeup here. Usually he's a battering ram here.
Fullback goes left. Dive play.
Yep, little
Squirt
different.
through? Absolutely. First down at the 35. It's Emmanuel Moody, number 21. Started his career at Southern Cal. Gary, you thought it worthwhile to take another look
Yeah,
at
I
the
mean,
Tebow
this
hit.
is a worrisome thing. This is how the concussion happened before. Not the initial hit, but the hit and then the head hitting the grass. Not violently like the knee last time, but that's one that I'm sure the Florida doctors are concerned about.
First down and 10. Again, it's Demps and Rainey in the backfield. Centurions to Tebow. And Moody breaks out. Yep. Emmanuel Moody, nifty run.
Flag down on this one, though.
It's back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think they're going to get... I don't know if LSU lined up offsides on the play.
Offside on the defense, number 11. That penalty has been refused. The result of the play is a first down.
Kelvin Shepard, who was blitzing on the play, got in the neutral zone. Number 11, right there. He anticipates, well, I guess it wasn't number 11, was it? They let us into number 11, but it wasn't him.
It is a first down and 10. Rick Burgess is on as a fullback, number 48. He's to the left. Here's Tebow at the line. Tebow wants to throw it. Then as he lets it go, it's a one-hopper. Incomplete.
Well,
at the feet of his intended receiver. Perry Riley, number 56, was defending.
And that's what I'm talking about, the LSU speed in the back seven. You know, last year I questioned their linebacker play. But Perry Riley and Harry Coleman and Jacob Katera and Kelvin Shepard have really come on now. And those three, along with the back four, are really SEC as good as you can get it.
Second and 10. Whoa. That's Al Woods, who came across the neutral zone. We'll see if he was induced to make that action.
Offside on the defense, number 97. That penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. Second down.
Tigers penalized 5 yards.
Now take a look at this, Gary. It might surprise some folks. Florida 308 yards through 4 games, average.
Well, they had a couple, games that they should, but the Kentucky performance was pretty darn good because Kentucky loaded the box on them. This drive has to really be tough to taste for the LSU defense. Tebow has not carried the ball yet, and they're driving it down the field.
Started back at the 7. Here's the toss to Demps going left. Nice pursuit by Harry Coleman. And a flag is down. Coleman, number 24, strong safety, moved to the weak side linebacker this year.
And Brandon Taylor, there was a flag on the play.
Offside. Number 84 on the defense. That penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. Result of the penalty is a first down.
That is Raheem Alem.
That means he must have been lined up in the neutral zone again. That's the second penalty. He's way up here, right there. My telestrator's a little touchy here for this big game today. I can't even make circles so far. Must be nervous, the telestrator.
Death Valley for telestrators, too.
I'm drawing them. They just ain't going there.
Exactly. First down and 10.
Another timeout. Urban was calling.
And Tebow carries for the first time. Picks up maybe 1 or 2.
Urban was trying to call timeout again on that play, and the official didn't see him this time. Watch on the left upper side of your screen. Watch Urban Meyer come in and try to signal timeout here. See that? He's coming in and yell it, and the official says no.
8 runs, 2 passes. Deontay Thompson is wide to the left. He's got a lot of speed. They're at the 13-yard line, so here's Rainey going left, and Brandon Taylor nails him at the knees. Taylor, whose older brother Curtis was a starting defensive back at LSU last year.
Well, it's not hard to see the flow of this defense and the way that they can run with Demps and Rainey. A lot of teams just can't match Demps and Rainey. This secondary and back seven for LSU can. The difference is the LSU front four is getting knocked off the ball so far.
3rd and 8. Tebow has to freelance down at the 11. It'll be 4th down. Perry Riley with some pressure, and Peterson got there, Patrick Peterson, to make the tackle. 4th down.
Well, that time the LSU secondary did a great job, took away Tebow's first and second throw. Tim tries to come out of it, and the speed in that secondary, Peterson, one of the great corners in the country, just ran him right down. Successful drive for Florida helped. Remember, they were backed up early with the penalties and then helped with a couple penalties.
28-yard effort by Caleb Sturgis. He's a perfect 5 for 5 this year, and he's now 6 for 6 out of Ches Henry's hold. Steve Adazio, the offensive coordinator, chatting with his quarterback. Tebow went down hard on that one. And this one. Florida leads by 3.
It's nice to finally relax a bit, right, Tommy?
I had a crazy day. We sold out of khakis.
Something smells good.
Usher, you hungry?
I could eat.
I think we need more crostinis.
Guys, a little help? Ooh, a seat.
Hey, join us.
I can't believe, thank you. They tried on all the shoes. Dig in.
We're gonna need more polenta cakes.
Come on down. Everybody, lift.
I hope this goes better than the last employee dinner.
Hey, that was an accident for ambiance.
Speak English, Martha.
No tweeting while eating.
Hey, Jess, will you pass me a roll?
You could have had that.
Tommy, you gonna eat that?
We're gonna need more jambalaya.
Help Macy's provide 10 million meals for local food banks through Feeding America. All you need to do is have some friends over for dinner.
Don't even think about it.
Find out how at Macy's.com/come together.
Chicken strip dinner and drink, $3.99.
Yeah,
Isn't that
terrific
great?
deal, yeah.
That's the best.
Why are you wearing the old helmet there?
Oh, I'm trying out for the team.
Which team?
The football team, man.
Yeah, I know the football team.
I'm going to be a kicker for a college team.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
Coach
ever
says
went-
I have to wear this all the time.
Did he mention anything about getting into college, or?
No.
$3.99 chicken strip dinner and drink. Now at Sonic. Get a complete feast of a meal with a medium drink for just $3.99. Plus add a junior candy sundae for only $1. Only at Sonic.
What happened on this ship could end Ziva's career.
Looks like the entire crew was executed. It's like Alien.
New NCIS Tuesday.
NFL on CBS, a doubleheader tomorrow. 4 games in the early slot. Oakland and New York, the lead. And at 4:15, the Patriots visit the undefeated Denver Broncos. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms will be there. It was snowing in Denver this afternoon. And it all begins with JB and the quartet. The NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines at 12 noon Eastern Time tomorrow.
Who do you like in that Oakland, New York Giant game?
Oakland.
Yeah.
Not. Caleb Sturgis. And Holiday backs up. Only one. Well, this is the second touchback of the season for Sturgis. First down and 10 at the 20.
Does remind you a bit with that kickoff into the end zone, the advantage of that celebration penalty, doesn't it, in Georgia last week?
Yes.
I mean, that's a big, huge difference. Everyone feels terrible about that, including the guy who called it. Everybody feels bad about that.
Well, that was the excessive celebration on A.J. Green in the end zone after Georgia had taken the lead against LSU. And then just to complicate matters, they called a makeup call. There's Tolliver, hit at the 25. Keelan Williams, number 5.
Well, if you look at this LSU offense, I know they want to run the ball at this Florida defense, but a lot of teams want to run the ball at them. When you turn the tape on, Florida's front 7 just refuses to be blocked. They just get off blocks better than any team in the country.
Here's the old-fashioned eye, and the lead block, and Scott scampers through across the 35 and out to the 38.
Well, Les Miles said this is my best, most powerful offensive line I've had since I've been here. And this time they run right, old I formation isolation, and James Stampley, the fullback, fits up perfectly, and they gash him for an old-fashioned Les Miles ISO play.
Trendon Holiday on the field, wide to the right side. Here's Jefferson back. Screen pass, left side, inside. And it's stopped for a gain of 1. Let's go back to the studio for this John Hancock update.
All right, Vern. Dan Hawkins is going to take over after a Colt McCoy fumble. That's right, the other Heisman frontrunner, Colt McCoy, fumbled it. And look at this, Terrier Gear for a touchdown, and Texas has just come back to score. And it's now 14-9 pending the extra point. But right now, the Buffalo's giving them all they want. Back to you, Vern.
All right, Tim, here's a handoff deep again. And it's Keelan Williams, number 5. That's going to bring up a third down at the 42-yard line.
Up the middle.
Ryan Stamper with the tackle. 3-0 as we're under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. R.J. Jackson, number 28, on the field. He's the second man in top of the screen to the right side. On third down. Stunts Jefferson, caught by LaFell, but short of the first down at the 47-yard line.
I'll tell you, it's just a defensive zone that time that LaFell goes out there. You know, you'd like him to get 7 yards. He pulls up at 6 yards. Now, a good throw, I think he would have been able to turn around and pick up the first down. But 2 straight passes by Jordan Jefferson were high on the wide receiver screen and on that one right there on third down, and it cost him a first down on the combination of the 2 throws.
That puts Brandon James back at the 15-yard line, and Derek Helton, who is the regular punter for this unit, saw Jasper last time because they were inside the 50. No, he may not be the regular punter for long.
Well, you want to know why Brandon James had a small average? Because so many teams are directional and angle punting, but look what happens. You shank it a little bit, and you really get a bad result.
18 yards. 18 yards, 51 seconds to go in the first quarter. Tim Tebow started the game. His team leads by 3.
Searching for something really fresh? Well, you don't have to sail around the world to get it. Just think Australian. Cruise into Outback Steakhouse and try a variety of delicious entrees made just for you and only $9.95 each. Like our juicy signature sirloin, aged and seared to perfection. Or with our tasty grilled shrimp on the barbie. Each served with our famous freshly made sides at just $9.95. At these prices, you can sail in every day. Live adventurous. Go Outback.
When you need it fast, get it fast.
Sarah, you're home!
On the nation's fastest 3G network, AT&T. Now get 50% off these Samsung touchscreen phones after mail-in rebate, only from AT&T.
Well, hey, glad I caught you. I was on my way to present ideas about all the discounts we're offering. I've got some catchphrases that'll make these savings even more memorable.
All right. Good driver discounts. Now that's the stuff.
How about this?
They're the bee's knees.
Why this?
Sir, how about just 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance?
Huh, yeah. Good luck with that catching on.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
First, the Raiders get their shot at the undefeated Giants. Then the Patriots try to knock off the 4-0 Broncos. A full day of football, Sunday on CBS.
Watch Fantasy Football today to get the last-minute news and analysis you need to set up your Fantasy League lineup. Live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on CBSSports.com. Final 1 minute of the first quarter. On a night in October with Tim Tebow medically cleared at noon today, sometime shortly after that, Urban Meyer and the staff deciding, yes, he will play and start. And he's had a couple of more than noticeable hits so far. First down and 10. Brandon James starts right, goes left, and loses 3 yards. Well, we were all waiting for those early hits, and he's received a couple.
Well, you're not going to run the spread option offense and not get hit if you're a quarterback. It just goes with the territory. I do think that so far the strategy has to bring him along a little slowly, which I think is smart. I mean, against Kentucky just a week ago, before he got hurt, and that was a late third quarter,
yes,
he had rushed the ball 24 times in that game. Okay, now, he had 3 sacks, but that means he was called for 21 runs. I'd be surprised if he approaches that number in this football game.
There is a player down. It's the fine defensive lineman, Drake Nevis. And so as the medical staff tends to him, we'll step aside. 3-0 Florida.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Trailer's awesome.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Fans, AT&T wants to make sure you don't miss out on SEC college football coverage this season. While on the go, catch the football action through AT&T Mobile TV with CBS Mobile. Get AT&T Mobile TV live coverage of SEC college football games on CBS right from your AT&T Mobile TV compatible phone. Go to att.com/mobile TV for more information. To watch CBS Mobile on your AT&T Mobile TV compatible phone, sign up now and you can keep up with all the SEC college football action at home or on the go.
Back in Baton Rouge, Drake Nevis able to walk off without assistance, getting some attention on the bench. After the loss on the tackle by Nevis of Brandon James, it's second down. 36 seconds remaining, opening quarter. And there's the handoff on the dive play yet again. A flag is down over in front of the Florida bench. Al Woods with the tackle. Perry Riley was the second man through as Rainey made the run.
You know, it's so noisy, and when you go shotgun, one of the advantages of the silent count is the center can tip off his lineman by turning his head to get a little timing. See that little timing move by the center? That kind of negates the crowd noise because it's all silent count for Florida, but you'll see throughout the game, Pouncey, Marquise turn his head like that. Now, you know, if I'm LSU, I'm sure they've seen this on tape. If I've seen it, they've seen it. So he must try, I think, a few times in this game, turn it and not snap it.
See, the Florida has outscored its opponents 58-6. That is the third offside penalty against LSU. Now 3 men down. Oh, they got Hernandez open, and he's got a first down up at the 48-yard line. Nice little ball handling by Tebow.
Well, if you don't think Tebow can move a team with his arm, I suggest you call Nick Saban at Alabama or turn on the fourth quarter of that SEC championship game where Nick had Florida exactly where he wanted them, and Tebow carried him on his back with his passing game.
Is one of the most talented players.
That's the end of the first quarter here in Baton Rouge with our score 3-0. We'll return to Tiger Stadium after this message and a word from your local station.
John Hancock, the future is yours. Visit findtheanswers.com.
Scientific tests prove when you drink Dr. Pepper slow, 23 flavors taste even better. For me, slow always produces a hit. Step aside for a minute. Check this out. Slower is better. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Fedor Emelianenko, the world's greatest fighter, comes to CBS Saturday, November 7th.
Proud to stand on our own, proud to be homegrown, a familiar face and a name you know. Come on, we know you, we know your needs, we know what being a neighbor means, and got a reputation to uphold. Can you hear it? Fueling the American spirit. No matter when, no matter where, Arizona will take you there.
2009, that was a crazy year.
So we needed a reliable car.
The Toyota Camry, the #1 selling car in America.
Its reliability is legendary, and it's pretty stylish, too.
Times are great now, and the Camry still runs like new.
Just like me.
I said like new.
The Toyota Camry, because dependability never goes out of style. Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2010 Toyota Camry, or lease a new Camry LE for $179 a month.
Be prepared for something really extraordinary from the Florida Lottery. Multiply your non-jackpot winnings up to 5 times starting October 11th.
I say show me the money, honey.
This is like my first time.
We're gonna put our kids through school with this money.
$200! Wow, that's exciting!
10 Connects News in HD, powered by Bright House Networks.
Chad Jones, outstanding safety, #3, also a baseball player for LSU, the national champions. And a moment ago, they retired the jersey of another defensive back and a running back, Tommy Casanova. That's him on the left. He's now an ophthalmologist in Crowley, Louisiana, 3-time All-American, 69, 70, and 71. And he wore number 37. Pretty good number. I knew a guy named Doak Walker who honored that number. First down and 10. Second quarter, Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Tracy Wolfson from Baton Rouge. Moody, quick opener on the left side, and he's down to the 45-yard line. I think I know what they're trying to do, Gary. It looks like, let's try the dive play.
And a dive play's working. You know, you look at this and you say, you know, both teams, I think, came out a little nervous in this football game, but, you know, the penalties early in the game. But Florida's been able to march the ball, and I don't think LSU's concerned. Remember last year, it was 20-0 in this game before they made their first down.
On first down.
Dive again.
Yes. Demps was the running back.
Yeah, we're going to get another flag downfield this time.
Wow. Looks like from the reaction of the bench, they believe it's going to go against LSU, the Florida guys.
Well, you can definitely see, watching this game, that these dive plays are called, not read.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 3 on the defense. That penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot. Carries an automatic first down.
Well, Riley Cooper was blocking him downfield, and one of the things Urban Meyer told us is the light's gone on for Riley Cooper, and he's the best downfield blocker we have as a receiver. Now, Cooper put his hands out there first, and then Chad Jones reacted to it, and Vern, we've been doing it a long time. Who gets called? The guy who reacts to it.
Yeah, the second guy, of course.
All the time.
Of course. And so another penalty on LSU, and Tebow and the Gators have it at the 29-yard line, leading by 3. Dive play. Greg Louganis is going to show up here pretty soon.
Yeah. You know, you can talk about all the speed and all the spread and all the Tebow and all these sprinters, but this offensive line, when you talk to Urban, you talk to Steve Addazio, their offensive coordinator, it's these offensive linemen that they say are physical, and as physical an offensive line as there is in college football. Mike Pouncey again to left guard, and that more than anything is to help Carl Johnson at left tackle. That's why they made the move, to help him mentally.
And James Wilson is on that line now. Mo Hurt is out. Here's Demps, cuts inside, and a fine tackle by Pep Livingston, number 95, with help from Brandon Taylor, and another flag has been thrown.
Boy, if LSU lined up in the neutral zone again.
Wow.
I got to believe this one is something different.
Offsides.
Oh, my
the defense.
Gosh.
The penalty's 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay second down.
It's Raheem Alem, number 84
his
again.
Second one. Puts his hand down. You can see he's right on the line. He's trying to crowd the line. And as he puts his hand down, he was right at the down-yard line for where the ball was placed, and he gets called. And, you know, I talked about in the open all the big game experience for LSU. They're not showing it. That's a lot of penalties to start.
That's 4 offsides penalties. Tebow pulls up, finds Hernandez, who fumbles the ball. Did he catch it? No, it's ruled incomplete.
Tebow's pass, aimed at number 81.
Would have been nice, I think, for Hernandez to slow down in the hole this time for his quarterback. There was a hole. Now watch the hole. Will come right about just past the yard line. If we could stop it right about there, that's where he could have just shut down, but he overruns the hole. I think Tebow threw it where it should have gone, and Hernandez ran past it.
3rd and 3. Normally this is Tebow time. It's a dive play. And it's going to be 4th down. They did not get... Gary, is this at all a part of what you mentioned at the beginning of managing Tebow?
Absolutely, and I think it's smart. You know, there's really, you got to get him used to the water. I mean, you know, this game, the water, you know, it's, 60, 55 degree water. It's cold. You got to get him in there and used to it. But that again is another one of those predetermined dive plays. It looks like the option, but it's not the option. Now look at Steve Addazio is looking at Urban Meyer and says, what do you want to do? I can't keep running these dives all day. Sooner or later, they're going to go for the dive.
This one from 38 yards out. Time has called by Florida. That's their 2nd. So Urban Meyer's bunch has 1 timeout remaining, and we've still got 12:08 to go before halftime. How in the world can you keep calling those offside penalties? Come on.
What do you say to a spin around the color wheel? To paint with primer already mixed in. Test samples instead of canned commitments. What do you say we dip into our wallets less and grab a hold of the latest tools out there so we can quit all that messing around with extra steps and get busy turning our doing dials up a notch? More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
When this shoe store added Aflac to its employee benefits package at no direct cost to the company, it was a perfect fit. Find out more at forbusiness.com.
It's endless shrimp at Red Lobster. Indulge in endless choices of your favorite shrimp, including new wood-grilled shrimp with a teriyaki glaze. It's endless shrimp, our best value of the year, now at Red Lobster.
Yeah, I'm about to bust some chops. It's the man that took my parking spot. So you the light guy, huh?
Yeah.
Now, does that mean you living the high life lightly?
Yeah, he just refers to the style of beer.
Oh.
Kind of like differently labeled brothers from the same mother.
So you a metaphorical kind of guy, huh?
One's a little more athletic than the other, though.
Well, which one? You know, because you can run fast, but I can knock you over.
Monday, Dave's All New with Gary Shandling. From The Big Bang Theory, Kaylee Cuoco, and music from Tim McGraw.
That's not all. Listen to this.
Later this week, catch Uma Thurman and Tina Fey.
We're back live. How about this? 2 years ago, LSU 5 for 5 on 4th downs. During the timeout, Urban Meyer changed his mind. It's 4th and 2, and Tebow's going to get the snap. And a reverse in trouble. Oh, he got around the corner, but I don't think he got enough. Brandon James. Perry Riley was the first one there.
This is, again, exactly what I talked about. LSU can run with Florida. Not a lot of teams can. Look at Alem run with him. Look at Perry Riley run with it. And look at Chad Jones run with him. 3 athletes that can match up, and not a lot of teams can do that. That play against 99% of the teams in college football is successful.
One of the most memorable elements of that classic played here 2 years ago was Les Miles' decision to go for first down on 4th down 5 times. They were 5 of 5. And in this game, Florida comes up short by a yard. Ball goes over, 3-0.
You know, when we went to break and Les Miles was working the official, he's working him for the next one. He knows that those were proper calls. He wasn't arguing with those calls. He was doing basketball coach. He wants the next one.
First down 10. High formation, Jefferson under center. The center is T-Bob Hebert. Fake the reverse and hand it off at left tackle. Another look at that hit on Brandon James, Gary.
And look at Riley laid out. Look at Chad Jones layout on that play. I mean, you talk to the LSU coaches and you say, you know what, I'll tell you, Kelvin Shepherd looks good, Chad Jones looks good, and they go, Perry Riley looks good.
Yeah, we were talking to John Chavis yesterday, the defensive coordinator who spent most of his career at Tennessee, and he specifically mentioned how well Perry Riley is playing right now. Left side. That should be enough to move the chain and gives us a moment to spend with Tim Brando in New York.
All right, Vern, Michigan's leading rusher is out with a concussion, Carlos Brown. That means Brandon Miner is going to be called upon, and that's the first rushing touchdown given up by the Hawkeyes in 34 quarters. 14-10, Michigan. Back to you.
All right, it's 3-0 here and a first down 10 LSU with 11 minutes to go in the first half of play. Jefferson on the last carry. Play fake. Jefferson looks deep. He's got a man open. It's LaFell. Marquis Anderson, number 14, was trailing, but a little crossing pattern, and LaFell picks up 26 yards.
Well, it was outside leverage that time by Anderson. The bottom of the screen right here. Marquis Anderson has got LaFell right there. He's outside of him to begin with, and he can never catch up. It's a great call by Gary Croton, offensive coordinator. He spotted the third Florida corner on his #1 receiver, and he went right at him.
After the 26-yard pickup, first down and 10 at the 43-yard line. Corner blitz threatened. They're coming. Ball carrier Scott goes the other way. And Scott gets inside the 40. Saturday night in Death Valley. It's Tiger Stadium. We expect a crowd of better than 93,000. We could have the all-time largest crowd ever here. And currently a 3-0 game. Florida took it 13 plays, had to settle for a 28-yard field goal from Caleb Sturgis. If you did just join us, they had the ball in position for another field goal, opted to go for a first down on 4th and 2 and came up short. And now LSU moving the ball after that 26-yard gain. Jefferson looks right, nobody there, pulls it up. Nice run inside the 35, 34.
What did I tell you? The biggest difference from a year ago to this year in this football game, it's not whether Tebow's healthy or not. It's that LSU has a quarterback that they feel could do a lot of different things. Jarrett Lee last year, a tough position for him. He shouldn't have been playing, and it just snowballed on him. It started in this game, the interception that Spikes had, and it just snowballed. And this year, you can see that Jefferson is being managed. They're not allowing him to lose the game before he can win the game late.
Double tight end, Scott and Dugas.
Oh,
and here's Scott. Oh, I don't know if he got enough. Wow.
That didn't look right. It was a short corner to the outside, no tight end, and that had a short corner to the left side, and right from the left side, the linebacker comes, and Scott makes the play.
Well, here's familiar territory, Gary, for LSU. 4th and a yard.
Well, they didn't make it last week with
They're
this
0
formation.
for 5 this year, and they do have a first down here, Jefferson. So, the tradition continues.
Everybody talks about the Tennessee. Another flag down here, by the way.
We have a Bush push here? Nah, I don't think so.
Charles Scotts comes in there. That one was made.
You think?
Let's talk about the Tennessee-Florida game for just a second. Everybody says the one thing out of that game was that Tennessee had a way to play the spread. That's not what I took out of it.
After the play was over with, personal foul. Number 8 on the defense, unnecessary roughness. A penalty is 15 yards from the succeeding spot. First down.
What did I say? Les Miles wanted the next call.
Personal foul.
He wanted those officials looking at the Florida guys with their eyes. Right in the middle of this thing, number 8, Carlos Dunlap, right there. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, just a little tap right there, and that's all it was. The official said, I've called one the other way. I'm going to call one this way.
Carlos Dunlap guilty of the foul, and Keelan Williams is on the field now. This is the most serious threat posed offensively by LSU in the ballgame. Option left. Jefferson pitch. Keelan Williams can't get around the corner. Nice play by Ryan Stamper, number 41. And I thought we might have another flag.
I'll tell you, Joe, this guy always amazes me when I watch him play. Joe Hayden, just a wisp of a football player, great cover guy, but he sticks his nose. He's been sticking his nose in tackles since he played as a true freshman. He never backs up. He is a warrior at corner.
Now a junior out of Fort Washington, Maryland, recruited as an athlete. He was a high school quarterback.
Yep.
It was a flag.
I didn't get that one. I thought the momentum of Joe Hayden threw him into the sideline. Let's see what happens here. It's going to come right at us. Nice job. Option. Still running. He makes the play. See, the momentum being pushed from behind on the play might have been it, or did he get a face mask? I'm not sure exactly.
Nor do we know exactly against whom it was called. It is a first down at the 10-yard line. Option, pitch. Keelan Williams to the 8-yard line. Joe Hayden again and A.J. Jones.
Now, we've been looking and looking because we just want our fans to see it. Maybe it was Brandon Spikes, number 51. Let's take another look on this thing. Coming in. Oh, yes, Brandon Spikes. Cheap shot on number 80 that time. Terrence Tolliver at the end of the play. An unnecessary hit on a defenseless player. That was a good call by the officials.
2nd and goal. LSU trying to grab the lead in this ball game. Here's Jefferson. Charles Scott alongside. Scott gets the handoff. Drives down inside the 5 to the 2.
I've tried 2 or 3 times to tell this story about Tennessee as we watch this run inside. What I took out of the Tennessee tape, and I think people who play Florida will take out it, is you just can't call a run against the Florida defense. You have to commit to the run to make it successful against the Florida defense. You're not going to gain. It's almost like an NFL defense. You're not going to gain every play. You just have to call it and call it and call it, and eventually you'll start to make those 6-yard gains, 8-yard gains, and move the chains.
11th play of this drive. Scott is the running back. He had 2 touchdowns last week, and he's going to have time to think about this because time has been called by LSU. Our coverage continues after this message and a word from your local station.
Will a huge storm break the castaways? New Survivor, CBS Thursday. This website says it's a safe place to do business. Hey, it even has a seal to prove it. But don't believe what you see. How to tell if security or better business seals are fake. Monday after an all-new CSI Miami on 10 Connects News at 11.
How your morning starts can really set the tone for the rest of the day. You're trying to get yourself ready, you're trying to get your family ready, and get caught up on the news. I know. I have 2 daughters at home. You need relevant news, information that's going to help you, news that's going to keep your life on track in the morning.
Great news from the hospitals of HCA West Florida. ER wait times are posted on their websites and via text messaging. Text the message ER to the number 23,000, respond with your zip code, and instantly receive ER wait times of the closest HCA hospitals. To get a full list of these wait times, log on to hcadocs.org. Wait times are updated every 30 minutes. For the hospitals of HCA West Florida, with ER wait times at your fingertips, I'm Tammy Roboconti.
Be prepared for something really extraordinary from the Florida Lottery. Multiply your non-jackpot winnings up to 5 times starting October 11th.
I say show me the money, honey.
This is like my first time.
We're gonna put our kids through school with this money.
$200! Wow, that's exciting!
10 Connects is live with the Gators right after the game.
Now it's time for the Jack Link's Beef Jerky Action Cam.
T-Bob Hebert, the center, and Josh Dorosic, the guard. Watch this. These 2 guys double team and they catch Brandon Spikes inside. Now, it's never pretty, but you got to earn the yards against this Florida defense, and that's the commitment that Les Miles says he will have to the run game. It's hand-to-hand combat when you run the ball against these guys.
And as we go back down to the field, it's 3rd and goal. And look at this. They've not trailed this year. 4th quarter against Alabama in the SEC title game. 3 tight ends. Scott is the deep back. He had 2 touchdowns in the win last week at Georgia. 18 touchdowns a year ago. That's Dixon, the tight end, number 18. Scott, whoa, with the extra effort, the spin move, he still did not get in.
Yeah, now what do you do on 4th down? It's 4th down less, and it's been 2 years since Jacob Hester's played here.
That's what I was thinking. You call Jacob Hester.
Right, well, they didn't have him last year either.
You got a number 18 in there. It's Dixon, the tight end.
Yeah,
they're going to go apparently for the field.
That offensive line didn't earn an opportunity to go in on 4th down. The Florida front blew them up, and I think Les said, no way. If you'd have shown me something and got it down to the 6-inch line, I might have called it, but they got blown up on the play.
So Derek Helton will hold. Josh Jasper will kick it. The equivalent of an extra point distance. It's 18 yards. And the kick is up and good. And we are tied. Tied with 5 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Florida 3. Tigers 3.
Sometimes we don't even realize we're being boxed in. We forget how to be free. Until one day, the barriers we always thought were there suddenly weren't. In Introducing a TV designed to set your viewing experience free. So is it a TV or something better?
The Chick-fil-A Chicken Sandwich, the original way to eat more chicken.
Changing times means rethinking my priorities. I didn't have to look too far.
I want to protect the people I love and what I've worked hard for.
With coverage that's smart when I buy it and smarter when I need it. Join the thousands of us who are getting better auto coverage at a better price under the Travelers umbrella.
Get better coverage with Travelers and save an average of $383. To find an agent near you or to get a quote, visit travelers.com or call 1-800-MY-COVERAGE.
When running the Amazing Race, hang on to your passport.
Unless you find those documents, you'll be out of the race.
New Amazing Race, CBS Sunday.
Beautiful night in Baton Rouge, and time to cue the duck. The Aflac trivia question. When was the last meeting between two top 5 teams in Tigers Stadium? It's only happened once before. And it was, well, I remember it. I may be the only one in this booth.
No, because I helped do the question. So I'm taking a little bit of ownership on this one myself.
You're suggesting you weren't around when that game was played?
Well,
you got to quit.
I was around. I just don't remember it.
Oh, goodness. Josh Jasper will kick off. Brandon James, who has a kickoff return for a touchdown this year. He's been held in check with punt returns, but one kickoff return this season. And this one is boom. Wow. My goodness. Check the helium content.
Well, penalties have played a huge part of this game, but those 2 personal fouls by Florida, that really hurt them on that drive.
And let's check in with Tracy Wolfson.
Well, speaking of penalties, guys, Les Miles and defensive coordinator John Chavis have been going crazy on the officials because of those offsides calls. Florida's center is moving his head, and that's exactly what Chavis told his line. He went over to them. He says, the next time the center does that, I want you to hit him, not hard, but do it, and we're going to get those calls stopped, guys.
Right.
I think last year, Pouncey was using his arm to signify the pre-snap. This year, he's using the head.
Saw John Chavis, first year as a defensive coordinator here. Here's Tebow stepping back. He dodges the first tackle, pulls up, he's in trouble. But never quite as much as you think. And he is nailed by Harry Coleman, number 24. 8 yards after a 40-yard run.
Like I say, he's not doing this. You know, Vern made the call. Never as bad as you think. He just keeps moving. He doesn't look real fast, but how can you when you're 6'3", 245? But boy, no one cuts him off on that one, do they?
A gain of 8 at 2nd down and 2, 4:35 to go. Florida has only 1 timeout remaining. Had to use a couple of them. Alem urging the crowd on. Handoff right side. It's Emmanuel Moody, number 21. Al Woods and LeVar Edwards, number 89. See, they did get enough to move the chain. So 4:13 to go, the clock running.
I'll tell you, Deontay Thompson, who we haven't seen in a while, did not play last week. The speed receiver is now in this football game right at the top of the screen.
Yep, number 6. Hamstring problems. He's only had 2 catches this season, but both have been for touchdowns. Tebow will throw. Got a man at the 50-yard line. And down to the 48, it's Brandon James.
Wow, this was beautiful. He wanted to go to the wide receiver, Riley Cooper, to the outside, but Patrick Peterson took it away. So Brandon James inside on the safety. That's easy pitch and catch. A lot of field there. The corner bites on Riley Cooper, and they take it right to the outside. And now it becomes very interesting. My favorite part of the game here, Vern, the end of the half and the beginning of the second half, because Florida gets it again. It's the only sport I know of where you can score at the end of one half and get the ball to start the next half.
Here's the option, the pitch back. Demps around the corner, gets a good block from Brandon James. It was a little screen block, but boy, was it effective. Number 25, and a gain of 13.
I mean, think about that. Yeah. You know, when in baseball, you score some runs, the other team gets to bat. But in this part of the football game, if Florida can have a successful drive here and put points up, they could score at the end of this half and get the ball again. Brandon James, number 25, middle of your screen, into the outside. Deontay Thompson does a good job of getting the block.
First down and 10.
You know how frustrating it is not to circle? I mean, I can't circle. It's
guys,
not working.
America, the telestrator is inoperative. First down and 10.
Another dive. Look at this.
Yes. And that surge goes across the 30 down to the 32. Chad Jones, number 3.
And you know that Urban Meyer and Steve Adazio have challenged this offensive line for Florida that says, hey, our leader's hurt. We say we're physical. Let's see if we can do it. This time Maurice Hurd and Marcus Gilbert in a nice combo block. Another dive play. LSU's hanging. They're hanging, but they're giving up yards.
Second down and 4. Jeff Demps in the backfield. Tebow keeps it. And he's going to be short of the first down by a couple. Drake Nevis, number 92, with the tackle.
Now, I was out at practice Wednesday. Urban Meyer was kind enough to let me in. He kind of closed it up tight, and I don't blame him. He had a strategic advantage of keeping his quarterback quiet to everybody else. But he was not hit. It was the last day in pads, and Tebow was not hit for 2 weeks. And you can see it's still, he's not in there lowering his shoulder like we normally see.
And again on 3rd and 3, you normally expect to see him carry the ball.
And even John Chavis said that's the toughest thing against playing Tebow.
Tebow up the middle. Now that's vintage Tebow.
Yep.
And he's got the first down at the 24. Chad Jones and Kelvin Shepard, number 3 and number 11.
And just to give you an example of what a defensive coordinator has to face as he goes right into the linebacker. John Chavis, a longtime defensive coordinator in the SEC, many years with Tennessee, said the toughest thing about Florida is when they get to 3rd and 2, it's almost a conceded first down. I mean, the guy makes it almost 99% of the time. So you have to almost defend against 3rd and shorts.
First down and 10. Timeout. LSU, that's their second. So time called with 57 seconds to go before the break. Each team with 1 timeout remaining.
I'm the wing king from Buffalo, man.
These guys didn't know they were eating Wing Street wings from Pizza Hut.
That actually is an award winner. It's so good.
It has a nice crunch to it.
I can easily pound 50.
I got a little secret to tell you. These wings are all Wing Street wings from Pizza Hut.
Introducing Wing Street Wings from Pizza Hut. Now you can have a real wing night at home with 8 intense flavors from buffalo burning hot to honey barbecue.
They rock.
Pizza Hut, America's favorite for pizza, pasta, and wings. Now order on your iPhone.
4 hands can do so many, many things. Your hands can brush your teeth or comb your hair, throw a ball into the air, wave hello or wave goodbye, even make a pizza pie.
Sometimes your hands could use a hand. With Touch 2.0 technology, you can turn your faucet on and off with just a touch. Another way Delta is more than just a faucet.
So many things your hands can do.
See what Delta can do.
Even in the most uncertain times, there are some things we know for sure. There will still be weddings, still be babies, and still be bright futures. That's why New York Life has been helping families plan for the expected and unexpected for 164 years. Backed by the highest ratings for financial strength, we're safe and secure, so you can be too. Give your family the gift of a secure financial future. New York Life, the company you keep.
Tim Brando in New York coming up with the Geico halftime report. Spencer Archie and I will get you caught up on all of today's action, including a triumphant return for Sam Bradford, 389 yards passing, and this touchdown en route to win over Baylor. Now back to Florida and LSU.
Aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS provided by DirecTV. And time now for the answer to the... Yeah, let the blimp be slow. Let him go. And cue the duck. Last meeting between two top 5 teams, October 31st, Halloween night, 1959. LSU over Ole Miss, and one of the most memorable plays in the history of college football.
Running hard at the 25, gets away from 1 to 30, still runs at 25, 35, 40, 45, 40.
Billy Cannon, 89 yards, and Billy Cannon now an orthodontist practicing at the Angola prison, Angola, Louisiana. Now then, 1st and 10. Hernandez in the backfield.
Hernandez is in the slot, I believe.
Yep. Tebow back, goes deep. He's got a man wide open. Backs up in the end zone. Riley Cooper, his roommate.
End zone.
Well, I'll tell you, that's about as easy as you can get beat at corner, because he peeked into the backfield. Just that one step forward by Tebow, and the corner to the outside of the field. Chris Hawkins bit one step, and it was over. When you're playing man-to-man defense, you cannot peek. You have to have eye security on your man.
Sturgis cuts it inside the left upright. Well, they've been roommates for a couple of years. Tim Tebow to Riley Cooper.
Watch Chris Hawkins. Watch him peek in backfield. Oh, and he got grabbed by the jersey.
Did he ever?
Did you see that? The little play by Cooper to throw Hawkins off balance was the reason that separation came. Cooper, very big, grabbed Hawkins by the jersey.
No excessive celebration penalty here.
Introducing Arby's new $5.01 combos. 5 delicious full-size sandwiches with curly fries and a drink, all for only $5.01. But why the extra penny? It's for our world-famous roast beef, slow oven roasted to perfection every day and freshly sliced to order. It's for our signature French dip and Swiss with hot, savory au jus. And it's for the unique taste that only Arby's can deliver with our new classic roast beef patty melt. So say hello to Arby's new $5.01 combos. Worth every penny, and here to stay.
Welcome to Progressive. How may I help you? I'm looking for a deal on car insurance. I think we might have a coupon in here. There's an easier way. We've got the name your price option. You do? Follow me. You tell us how much you want to pay, and we'll build you a policy that fits your budget. And I still get great coverage. Uh-huh. Go ahead. You're the boss. I'm the boss of savings. More like the CEO. No glass ceiling.
The freedom to name your price. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
The world's greatest fighter. In his prime. In prime time. Fedor Emelianenko comes to CBS Live Saturday, November 7th.
Riley Cooper on the right. Touchdown pass from his roommate Tim Tebow. They collaborated for one in the SEC title game last year in the come-from-behind win. And they break the tie here.
Yeah, and LSU cannot gamble. Unless they get a big kickoff here, you do not want to make another mistake. You got to get out of the half. You might throw a screen or something or a draw, but you can't force an interception here late.
Trendon Holiday and Ron Brooks are the deep man. I keep thinking about what you said in football.
Oh, yeah, it's the only sport. It's the only sport you can get the ball twice in a row. Oh, wow. Look
Squib
at this.
kick.
I'm surprised.
At the 32.
See, that puts the passing game back into it now at the 40-yard line. Let's go back. Well, I like to call it kind of the play behind the play. Little things. Let's absolve Chris Hawkins a little bit here. He was peeking, but it was actually Riley Cooper. Watch him grab the jersey with his left hand. He yanks him. Hawkins gets thrown off balance, and then he's by him. It's almost, what was that, roller derby? Remember those old days? I mean, if you get away with it, you get away with it.
So Tebow with the touchdown toss. And the ball with 44 seconds to go before the break. First down and 10 at the 39. Here's Jefferson back. Wants to go deep left side. Has to freelance a little bit. Pump fake. Down the sidelines, out of bounds to stop the clock at the 43-yard line. Well, Tim, Archie, Spencer Tillman in our New York studios with the Geico halftime report. That's coming up 36 seconds. Game time today.
I think LSU can kick about a 55-yard field goal here. So that means they need to get to about the 38-yard line, maybe.
Josh Jasper's best this year is 52.
Okay.
So they've got a ways to
I saw him working out yesterday.
Okay. Holiday, he's the world-class speedster, has a 10. Oh, did they throw the flag?
Well, it was his shoulder pad, I believe, and it also was on the Florida bench. So it has to be exact here.
Good point.
Holiday, reach out, and he grabs him by the dead. That's not a horse collar. That's a good call. Good no call right there. Now they need, what, another 10 yards, 12 yards?
Yeah, I'd say 12 to the 35.
They got a timeout left.
If they can get to the 35, it will equal his longest of the year, and that is intercepted. Picked off by Joe Hayden.
And Urban will end the half right here. He'll just take a knee. He gets the ball back. I'll tell you, Jordan Jefferson never set his feet on that throw, and that's why he wasn't accurate. Never set his feet. He's just lucky this happened on the other side of the 50. Watch him on this one. I was watching him all the way. Watch him. He keeps backing up as he throws the ball. Look at his foot almost, his left foot almost went backwards, and he did not get an accurate throw at all to the outside, trying to get it to Tolliver.
Jefferson picked off, and Joe Hayden gets his second interception of the season, and they're going to take a knee, as you predicted, and the final 18 seconds.
That's 17 straight games. Florida has intercepted a pass.
That's right. Urban Meyer standing by with Tracy Wilson.
Thanks, Coach. How would you assess how Tim has held up in this first half?
I think he's done great. I think our offense line's playing okay. It's just two really good teams playing. But Tim's hanging in there and playing as hard as he normally does.
A lot of called runs, but not so for Tim. Is that you being conservative with him?
A little bit. You know, he keeps in my ear about, but our backs are running hard. We're doing a decent job against a good defense, mixing up. We'll probably throw a little bit more in the second half, but we're playing field position right now. We're doing a decent job.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you, Tracy. LSU, the national champions 3 times, trail at the half. Let's go back to Tim Brando in New York.
Okay, Vern, coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Spencer, Archie, and I will have all of today's action, including 3 SEC teams making strong statements with convincing wins, after this word from your local station.
You know the best thing about living with an older woman? You don't have to wear shoes when you shower. Nope. She owns more than 2 forks. Nope. The fact that you don't have to use toilet paper as a coffee filter. Or vice versa.
Accidentally on Purpose. New episode Monday after How I Met Your Mother, only CBS.
TV's #1 new show, NCIS Los Angeles, Tuesday, only CBS.
Samsung LED TV, 240 hertz clarity, 1.2 inches slim.
The NFL, that's how I see it.
The Samsung LED TV, it's football in hyper-real.
Get yours at H.H. Gregg. Right now, save up to $900 on all Samsung TVs at H.H. Gregg. Plus 2 years, no interest. architect or a page. H.H. Gregg. Price and advice guaranteed.
Proud to stand on our own. Proud to be homegrown. A familiar face and a name you know. Come on. We know you, we know your needs. We know what being a neighbor means. And got a reputation to uphold. Can you hear it? Fueling the American spirit. No matter when, no matter where, Arizona will take you there.
Yellow offers you more choice, more doctors, plans, a greater voice.
Yellow. That's the color of AvMed Health Plans, which offers 24/7 member service and an extensive physician network to keep your business healthy and productive. AvMed has made yellow the color of confidence. So as you look for a health plan,
Think sunlight, pencils, taxis, cheddar. Think AvMed. Yellow makes it better.
call your independent agent or 1-888-51-AvMed.
10 can access live with the Gators right after the game. CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico.com. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geico Halftime Report. I'm Tim Brando with the score in Baton Rouge, Florida leading LSU 10-3. I'm joined by Spencer Tillman and the old redhead, Archie Manning. Boy, first half, Tim Tebow and company getting it done.
Yeah, Florida's gone into Death Valley with a limited Tim Tebow and played a very good first half.
Well, if Death Valley is going to remain the place where dreams come to die, they've got to do two things, okay? They got to get pressure on Tim Tebow. Yeah. If they don't do that, it's going to be a long afternoon. It's clear he doesn't want to run the ball. That option is a little bit smoke and mirrors.
All right, getting right to the action, our highlight blitz earlier today, as seen on CBS. Crimson Tide getting it done on the ground
Mark
here.
Ingram on a little toss pass here. He's going to swing it out and show you some of that speed and burst. We talked about it. This put them up 16-0 to Alabama, doing the job early on.
Tough day for Jevin Sneed. This one's the backbreaker, though. It's picked off by Kareem Jackson, runs it upfield for an 80-yard gain.
That's 4 picks. That really put the game away. 4 picks in all for Sneed. 5 turnovers in the game, and you look at it overall. Archie, my question is, you look at the final score 22-3. What does Houston not do to get Jevin Sneed's head right again? Because
I think first of all, you tell Jevin, don't read the newspapers, don't watch TV. Try to forget. It's a bad first half of the season for him. Yeah. Forget it, recommit. Now let's get the offense in sync and have a better second half.
I think the key to this game was the fact that Ole Miss, despite their defensive line playing as well as they did, were not able to affect the balance of Alabama. As a result, those numbers really hurt them today.
All right, let's take a look at some of the action between Baylor and Oklahoma. Another return now for Sam Bradford, Archie.
Yeah, throws his first touchdown pass of the day, a 3-yard strike to Adron Tunnell, 33-7 Oklahoma.
You know what? He had a really good day if you look at the numbers, Archie. What did you make of his return?
You might say he's a little rusty, but his percentage wasn't as high as it usually is. But, you know, he threw for 389 yards.
Yes, he did.
I think he's ready for the Longhorns
next week. Some huge number. I think that's really the key for this game. Coming in playing against a Baylor team without Robert Griffin, their quarterback, it was more about getting him ready and acclimated to play in that Red River shootout.
Well, speaking of the Longhorns, let's get you caught up on Colorado and Texas, Archie.
Yeah, how about the coach's son, Cody Hawkins, finds his tight end, Rear Green in the end zone for an 11-yard score.
But then you got the block punt, Texas wide receiver Marquise Goodwin. Then Hollis picks it up, takes it into the end zone. Also an interception return for a touchdown. 92 yards just happened a moment ago. 24-14, the Longhorns now have extended their lead to 10. This is a team that, Spencer, you think might be making its move right back to the
Because of this guy right here, Tyrod Taylor, scrambling here. He's become a big play specialist. Look at him. Little Houdini sets his feet, delivers that one. Archie, you got to like that one. 10-0 Hokies at that point. Outstanding job setting up that showdown with Georgia Tech.
Look out if they run the table in the ACC.
They might be playing the best.
Got a lot of street cred in the ACC Beamer ball. Wisconsin and Ohio State. Here is a take a look at Scott Tolzien's pass. It's going to be tipped and picked off. It goes the other way. Jermel Hines returns it 32 yards for the touchdown. And the sweater vest just keeps on keeping on in the Big Ten as Wisconsin, one of the 12 unbeatens going into today, goes down 31-13. TCU fly in the ointment game, taking on Air Force. It's been snowing in Colorado Springs. Horned Frogs lead it for Gary Patterson. Florida A&M taking on Miami, Archie.
Yeah, Miami's offense is on a roll. Ja'Cory Harris finds Jimmy Graham back of the end zone, wide open, 7-yard touchdown, 17-3 Hurricanes.
Nice. Little Whipple ball ball there. 41-13. Mark Whipple's really made a difference. He and Gus Malzahn as offensive coaches, although Auburn struggled today. Michigan taking on Iowa. How about Brandon Minor? He's in because Carlos Brown's out with a concussion. First rushing touchdown allowed by the Hawkeyes in 34 quarters, 14-7 Wolverines. And here, it's Brandon Wager. He leaps over the pile at the goal line for the touchdown. And Iowa and Michigan, this is a good one, 20-14. Kirk Ferentz's club with a minute and change remaining in the first half. Speaking of Gus Malzahn's club, taking on Arkansas today, the offensive coordinator. And look at Arkansas.
I didn't see this one coming, but Michael Smith says, look, we're going to do a number on you, 25-yard run here for the touchdown. Had him up 13-0 in that one, Archie.
Yeah, Ryan Mallett, a big year, 4-yard, untouched into the end zone for the touchdown, 34-3 Arkansas.
All 6-7 of him. Mallett, 24 of 38 passing, 274, 2 touchdowns, and a touch. BYU and Vegas, that one getting underway at 10 o'clock Eastern time. And what about, just when you begin to think somebody in the Pac-10 is getting strong, they go down, 38-14.
Those Rogers boys.
Indeed. Quiz and company, 4 TDs for Quizzy in that game. Mike Riley, of course, used to coach Jim Harbaugh with the Chargers. Georgia Tech and Florida State tied at 7. This game has been delayed by more than an hour because of lightning. Nice show of solidarity by the team for Bobby Bowden as he brought him out onto the field. Well, coming up, a lot more action, including the Oregon Ducks on the rise in the Pac-10 when the Geico Halftime Report rolls on.
You know, as CEO of Southwest Airlines, I'm used to hearing yes a lot.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got it.
Of course. It's not because I'm CEO.
No. No.
No way.
No.
It's because at Southwest Airlines, we're built on customer service.
That's why we're here. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Absolutely.
No problem. You can count on that from me.
You've got your customer service right here.
Grab your bag. It's on.
When it's real, you know when it's real. Cut when it's real, you know when it's real.
You know it's real at Wendy's by how we make our hamburgers. Fresh, never frozen, North American beef.
When it's real, you know when it's real. You know when it's real.
Hey, it's great to see you back after that accident.
Well, I couldn't have gotten by without it.
Is that different than health insurance?
Well, yeah, Affleck pays you cash to help with the bills that health insurance doesn't cover.
Really?
Well, if you're hurt and can't work, who's going to help pay for gas, the mortgage, all kinds of expenses?
Affleck! It's the protection you need to help stay ahead of the game.
Exactly.
Affleck, we've got you under our wing.
Ready? Go get it.
Don!
What? We don't need these minutes anymore. We got that calling circle thing everybody else has.
It's AT&T's A-List, Don, and it's not the same. We get unlimited calls to any 10 people on any network. But unlike everyone else, the minutes we save, we keep.
So?
So why save minutes with your calling circle if they just expire at the end of the month? You're using that one.
Introducing A-List with rollover. Unlimited calling to any 10 numbers on any network and keep the minutes you save. Only from AT&T.
Is there anything worse
Gouda?
than couples night?
It was like we were on a date with a sad, chubby girl our mom made us call.
New How I Met Your Mother, Monday. Dave's All New with Gary Shandling, The Big Bang Theory's Kaylee Cuoco, and Tim McGraw, Monday.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks is dandy. All the fun and candy, so
Let the game begin. The most horrifying movies have come to life. Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. Coke Zero makes it possible to save $30. You'll wish it were just a movie.
Game over.
This is 9 generations of the world's most revered luxury sedan. This is a history of over 50,000 crash-tested cars and 889 safety patents. This is the world record for longevity and endurance, and one of the most technologically advanced automobiles on the planet. This is the 9th generation E-Class. This is Mercedes-Benz.
10 Connects is live with the Gators right after the game.
And we do it like that. Welcome back to the Geico Halftime Report. To the scoreboard we go. Penn State rolling against Eastern Illinois today, 52-3. Oklahoma State banged up. No Des Bryant, no problem. Texas A&M can't win at Kyle Field, 36-31. Todd Reesing, a big day today, Archie.
Big day. Passes here to Kerry Meyer in the end zone, 7-yard touchdown. School record, 16 catches for Kerry Meyer.
What a performance for the Fighting Man, Genos. And UCLA and Oregon, Spencer, take a look at Kevin Prince here.
He throws it right and get to the hands of Talmadge Jackson. I thought it was his jaw that was broken. His arm was obviously broken on that one. Did that one against Tennessee. This was the pick six back the other direction. Put him up 14-3. Went on to win it. Does Oregon 24-10.
Well, Michael James had 151 yards. Chip Kelly's done a really nice job. And how about this? Texas Tech, Stephen Sheffield, the junior coming in for the injured Taylor Potts. All he's done, 6 touchdown passes and counting against Kansas State, 52-7. Well, a reminder, next Saturday, you'll see South Carolina, number 3 Alabama, or Arkansas take on top-ranked Florida. Coverage begins at 3 o'clock Eastern with TIAA Prep College Football today. And the football action continues tomorrow, an NFL doubleheader. Early on, most will see the Raiders and the Giants. Then most will see the Patriots and the Broncos. It all starts at noon Eastern with the NFL today. Guys, quick second-half thoughts on this matchup.
Well, LSU's been killing themselves with penalties. They're very much in the football game.
3.5 games now. The defensive line for LSU, 0 sacks, folks. If they don't correct that, that's the same. They lose this contest.
And just where is Russell Shepard? Is he going to let her? Is he going to get to play in the second half? Thanks for watching the Geico Halftime Report. Coming up, the second half of Florida LSU. You enjoy the rest of the game.
CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico.com. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Back in Baton Rouge at halftime, Florida leading LSU 10-3. Thursday on Survivor, torrential rains hit the island and nerves are frayed. Can tribe mates pull together? All new Survivor Thursday, only on CBS. Wednesday on Showtime, the Emmy Award-winning Inside the NFL is back. Join JB, Phil Simms, Chris Collinsworth, and Warren Sapp on the longest-running show on cable. Inside the NFL, Wednesdays on Showtime. And now for an SEC moment presented by Sonic. Let's go down to Tracy Wilson.
Vern, in the 2007 matchup between these schools, Florida took a 17-7 lead on the strength of Tim Tebow's 2 touchdowns. And this reaction to the LSU cell phone hecklers. In the third quarter, Tebow connected with Cornelius Ingram to push the lead to 24-14. Earlier in the fourth, Matt Flynn found Demetrius Byrd to close it to 3 points. Later in the fourth, Jacob Hester converted the 5th fourth down of the game for the Tigers and then went on for the winning touchdown. And LSU went on to win the national championship. Vern?
All right, Tracy, thank you. We anticipate the third quarter from Tiger Stadium, and we'll be back Baton Rouge right after this. Welcome back to Baton Rouge. 10-3 Florida leads a moment ago. Tracy Wolfson with LSU head coach Les Miles.
Coach, those dive plays, Florida has 114 rushing yards in that first half. How do you slow them down?
Those little guys are squirting up in there. We need to tackle crisper. I mean, there's a bunch of missed tackles, contacts that were bounced off of and went down the field. We made that point at halftime.
How do you get your run game going?
Well, I think our run game, the sad thing is we haven't had the ball. We've had a nice drive. We just haven't had the ball. Florida's offense has consumed the clock.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you, Tracy. By design, Gary.
I think he's right on. Each team only had 4 possessions in the first half. LSU feels they can move the ball by mixing it up, but that designed dive play has been a big, big difference in this football game.
We get set for the start of the third. As Gary pointed out, Florida won the toss, deferred the options. Well, here is Josh Jasper's kick, and Brandon James drifts back and takes it 2 yards into the end zone, and he will run it out, but only as far as the 16-yard line. Well, the attendance just announced at 93,139 in the 85-year history of this stadium. That's the largest bunch ever, and we're privileged to be here.
Yeah, and they're waiting, you know, right now. I mean, they're loud, but they're waiting, and Florida has controlled the game. I think Florida came in hoping they wouldn't have to use Tebow that much, and they haven't. That's been the story of the first game. Imagine that. Both teams only had the ball 4 possessions in the first half.
First down from the 16-yard line officially. Jeff Demps is back in the backfield with Tim Tebow. Right side, Demps, 1 yard. Jacob Catrera, number 54. Gary, take us through the first half trends.
Well, it should be pretty easy when you're able to take Tim Tebow's, well, you know, he only has to throw the ball 6 times because they were able to move the ball without him. Jordan Jefferson's been okay. That last drive, you knew something bad was going to happen to it. But you look at that. 23 rushes, and most of them right up the middle.
There's a movement along the line of scrimmage, and a flag is thrown, and one of the Pouncey twins, Marquis, says it's against them.
John, what Tracy said before is what happened right there. Pouncey moved his head, and the nose tackle hit him. Okay, let's see the way it goes here.
Quarter snap, false start. Number 56 on the offense. That penalty is 5 yards from the previous.
Tracy was right on this one. Watch, Pouncey turned, and they put Josh Downs right on him. And he was told at halftime, when he turns his head, you hit him. Now, they did it on the first play, and they got away with it. But you watch, they're going to put someone right on the nose all the time. Let's see if Pouncey continues to do it. He needs to double up the head turn. He didn't do it that time, did he?
Inside pitch. And that goes to Aaron Hernandez, the tight end. Out to the 21. It brings up a 3rd down.
Now, that looks very small. But what it does now is it keeps the Florida offensive line from timing out the snap. Now they're sitting there a half-second late. It should help the pass rush for LSU.
3rd and 7.
Boy, the little things that you have to, you know, I mean, these coaches go crazy with these little things.
And again, no head movement.
Look at the pass rush now. See the
flag.
Difference?
Yep.
Big difference. The Florida offensive line does not know when it's going to be snapped. So they're just sitting there flat-footed. And LSU has a faster start than the line. Look at that. Ooh, they get him the face mask? Yep, they are going to get a face mask on him. Inside that time. I think it was Livingston.
Face mask on the defense. Penalties 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
I'm almost sure it was Livingston, number 95.
It was. Lazarius Livingston, number 95. It was, you know, the old penalty probably would have been a 5-yarder. Now they don't have that. Incidental is a 15-yarder. It's fascinating, this snap, this head thing to me.
Yes, it is. And again, Pouncey now. Let's see if he moves his head, because he's been doing it throughout the game until he got nailed.
Which now brings the crowd back into the game, because Florida's sitting there when they have to look in to see the ball snap.
Tebow goes to his right, drills it. And the tackle is made in the open field by Jai Eugene, number 4. A one-time starting cornerback, now relegated to backup duty, but he got Deontay Thompson at the 40.
Top of the field right here. This is called the smash route. The outside receiver goes down about 5 yards, stalls. The inside receiver runs a flag.
2nd down and 3. They go right. And Raheem Alem, number 84, makes the tackle on Tebow.
Yeah, that was a called play for Tebow that time. Now we're in that 3rd and short situation. You know, when I gave my scouting report on LSU all week, I said, you know, their back seven is as good as anybody in the country. What's different about LSU's defense than the last 4 years, they don't have those difference makers in the defensive line. And so far, they're getting blocked.
3rd and 2. Officially 1, and Tebow moves the chain. So Florida now 3 of 5 on 3rd down conversions. This is the 2nd time that Urban Meyer has called on Tim Tebow to carry it.
Yep, that was a run all the way. That was not a read. That was a called play. I mean, just think, this drive for the LSU defense is so huge because the last time the offense was really on the field. I mean, the last drive, it was a tie game. They could be down 14 points when they enter the field again if Florida sticks it in.
Les Miles prowling the sideline. By the way, you know all the noise 2 years ago about LSU folks getting Tim Tebow's cell phone number?
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess what happened on Thursday night? Les Miles started getting inundated with cell phone calls and text messages. The folks at Florida got hold of his number. 1st down and 10. Tebow looks deep. He'll run. And gets up near the 46-yard line. This will be close for a 1st down. Jeff Demps with the ball.
Good coverage that time. It was a slot blitz coming from the outside that time. Barry Coleman, who plays that hybrid linebacker safety position. But Tebow seems to be managing himself. I wasn't sure if he'd be able to do that. Remember, we had him hurt a couple years ago against Georgia, where he had that shoulder and he could only play one way. This game, it looks like he's managing himself along with the play calling.
On 2nd and short, he'll keep it again.
Tracy Wilson gets it from these coaches. She gets the truth. He said, I'm going to use Tebow more. He's using Tebow more.
Gary, let's take a look at our Home Depot tools to victory.
Well, Les Miles said it was the dive play and it was poor tackling. I beg to differ. I think that offensive line for Florida did an outstanding job blocking that front 7, the 4 linemen and the inside backers. And I think you got to give credit to that Florida offensive line. We always talk about the spread and the motion and Tebow, where those 5 guys up front are controlling the game.
Here's Pouncey again over the ball. Tebow drops back, goes deep in the middle, has his tight end wide open. Hernandez to the 17-yard line before Perry Riley catches up with him. That's a 26-yard gain.
The most devastating play in Tim Tebow's arsenal is the fake run. He's run it a few times. This time he's going to step in and the tight end right down the hash. 4 vertical, right down the hash. Tebow puts it, and it's exactly how you have to throw it. You don't want to lead him too much. Throw it right at his body, and Tim put it right on the mark on the hash. Boy, Steve Adazio is dialing him up right now. The new offensive coordinator, Dan Mullen, right now is going, boy, they don't miss me at all. They're doing fine.
Chad Jones, the injured player, the safety.
He kind of got rolled up, I think, on this one. Yeah, he did. Got a helmet right to the knee that time. I think it was Brandon Taylor's helmet got him right in the knee.
So Chad Jones down on the turf. We'll return in a moment.
Hey, Matt, what are you doing?
Me? Nothing.
You didn't think I saw you put the Coke Zero bottle behind your back? We're Coke guys, Matt. We're Coke brand managers. It's unacceptable.
All I was doing was I wanted to take a sip to remind myself that Coke Zero stole our taste.
Sip? The bottle's empty. You drink the whole thing, Matt.
Well, it tastes like Coke. What do you expect me to do?
I want you to pull the knife out of my back when I turn around.
Da, 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 da.
The Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, the original way to eat more chicken.
A work of art, a finely tuned machine, a sanctuary, a command center, a sophisticated sedan, a sports car. Nissan Maxima, the ultimate dual threat. Now lease one for $299 a month for 39 months or get 0% APR financing. Nissan, proud partner of the Heisman Trophy.
The most dangerous motorcycle gang in America is about to meet their match.
I see a strong creative side, and those are the qualities you should try and nurture.
New until CBS Thursday.
Chad Jones able to walk out without assistance. He's a two-sport star here at LSU. For more, let's go down to Tracy Wilson.
That's right, Vern. We've mentioned how he was a relief pitcher, outfielder for the LSU National Championship baseball team. He's now won 2 NCAA championships, one in football and one in baseball, and he told us he actually likes baseball more than football. His baseball teammates call him Dreadlocks of Doom, and yes, they actually use that name. His other nickname, CJ3 and the Hybrid. He's also called Bro, that by his brother and teammate Raheem Alem, born Al Jones Jr. Vern, I'll let you tell that story.
Okay, as we get time, Raheem Alem decided to change his name in 2006. Had nothing to do with his religious faith. It had to do with honoring his African heritage. There's the pass, and it's complete at the 5. Hernandez in front of Jai Eugene. That's a 12-yard pickup, Gary. 5 catches now for Hernandez.
Well, not only that, that's a tight end running a route on a cover corner. I mean, well, look at this tight end. I mean, look at this route he runs. He sticks it, he turns, he kind of fell away. Jai Eugene needs to do a better job. There's no way the tight end is going to run by you on the 5-yard line. That was an average route and poor coverage by Jai Eugene.
Hernandez out of Bristol, Connecticut. Had a brother who played at UConn. He thought about going there. Lost his father unexpectedly. And here's the run down to the 3-yard line. Hernandez's dad passed away at the age of 49, coming out of surgery for a hernia. John Chavis.
Yeah, I know he knows that they got to have a stop. He's been quoted as saying, and I agree, in the SEC, you must play man-to-man coverage because you must load the box and stop the run. They've tried to load the box. They have not been able to stop the run.
Demps in motion. Tebow spins. It'll be 3rd down.
Now, remember we asked Les, Vern. Remember we asked Les, are you going to play the jump pass?
Right.
Because you're not going to believe that Tebow's going to run it here. You got to play the jump pass, right? Now, 2nd down is usually when you catch the jump pass. I was kind of expecting it there. They wouldn't dare do it here, would they?
Oh, I don't know. They've done it 4 times in Tebow's career at Florida, the jump pass. Play that goes back to the 50s. And each of the 4 times they have been successful.
Once in the national championship game.
Exactly. Nope, no jump pass. But there's a man open, a flutter ball. And it is incomplete. Hernandez couldn't hang on. He's claiming he got it and he got the score.
Now, it'll be replayed and it'll be challenged. Well, we got an official up in the box. Let's see if this ball was caught. Did it touch the ground?
I think it did.
Well, Hernandez says it didn't.
Nope.
It looked like the tip of the ball touched the ground.
Yep, there you are.
Well, you know what? I don't see enough to change it. I'll tell you that.
Not at all. Nice, quick call. And it's a 20-yard field goal attempt. There, we just about had it. And now are they going?
Delay a game. Not a huge penalty right here for a field goal. One more look. Let's see. Between his legs. Tough catch. Oh, yeah. Yep. Touches the grass. Vern. Gee, what a call.
These old blue eyes.
What a call, Vern.
25-yard field goal now for Sturgis. Make it a 10-point lead for the Gators. Up. No!
What a difference. Boy, he missed badly, didn't it? I don't even know if he was 5 yards closer if that one would have got in. That's about as bad as you can hook a ball.
There's something big happening at Nissan, announcing up to $1,000 bonus cash during Nissan's National 10 event. Now get 0% 60-month financing on Maxima. With bonus cash, save $2,750 on Altima or lease Altima for just $199 per month. It's the highest-ranked mid-size car in initial quality. Hurry to your Nissan dealer. Bonus cash ends Sunday, October 18th. Once again, Nissan delivers.
Searching for something really fresh? Well, you don't have to sail around the world to get it. Just think Australian. Cruise into Outback Steakhouse and try a variety of delicious entrees made just for you and only $9.95 each. Like our juicy signature sirloin, aged and seared to perfection. Or with our tasty grilled shrimp on the barbie. Each served with our famous freshly made sides at just $9.95. At these prices, you can sail in every day. Live adventurous. Go Outback.
Hi, it's Jimmy Football here. Nobody likes number 2, so we just upgraded you to number 1. Introducing the Bud Light Foozy. It's a foam finger, it's a can koozie. Boom! Whoa! Stamp! It's the Foozy.
We love the Foozy. Thanks, Bud Light. Yeah, booyah!
It's the Bud Light Foozy, and it's tailgate tested. Tailgate approved.
The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by AT&T, Macy's, Outback Steakhouse, and by Nissan. That hook field goal brings the ball out to the 20-yard line. Aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS Sports, provided by DirecTV. See part of this wonderful athletic complex here at LSU. And now Red Lobster presents tonight's Scholar Athlete. It's Lyle Hitt, a 3.3 grade point average in kinesiology and a 3-time SEC academic honor roll member. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future is shown tonight by donating $1,000 to LSU's General Scholarship Fund. That was an oh wow moment.
That was a big play and a huge stop for LSU. Remember that drive continued because of the face mask penalty early in the drive on Tebow and almost cost them 7 points.
Bottom line, 13 plays, 76 yards, 6.5 minutes, and no points. Jefferson caught from behind. Tackle is made by Justin Tretto. His first sack of the season. And the first sack tonight.
We talked about the small little things that can happen in football games. And this time, 6 sacks last week. And this time, Florida comes in and makes good coverage downfield, and that's a coverage sack. That time, coverage sacks, and Justin Tretto comes in there, and that was a safety grab and a crossing route, and there was nowhere to throw the ball.
Loss of 8, second down, 18. Midway through the third quarter. 10-3 after the missed 25-yard field goal. Option, Jefferson with the pitch. Nice tackle. Wow. Janoris Jenkins and Ahmad Black, numbers 1 and 35.
I'll tell you, LSU still obviously in this football game 10-3, but they've got to find a way to get yards. And he's trying to dial up the option. That time Brandon Spikes didn't try to read it at all. He just attacked the quarterback.
Holiday is in. It's 3rd and 15. Holiday near side.
This is the part that Jordan Jefferson is just not ready for. He does not have a lot of experience against this dynamic secondary and package that Florida has.
Florida brings only 3 defensively. Jefferson in trouble. Down.
He doesn't have the experience for this. Sam Bradford struggled against this package. Jordan Jefferson has to be very careful in these long yardage situations. You know, Florida's keeping them in the game a bit. just a bit. They missed a field goal. They passed up a 38-yard field goal to keep it a one-touchdown game. But look at that secondary. Look at that coverage across the board. Look at how they're spaced out. And then that pressure comes to the outside. I know that Florida defensive line saw the Georgia tape and said, if they can get them 6, we can get them 6.
And so Derek Hilton comes on, 4th and 22. Brandon James inside the 50-yard line. This was high, and it backs James up to the 40, where he calls and takes a fair catch. 51 yards for Derek Hilton, the junior college transfer. Gators get the ball back, good field position, and a 7-point lead.
When a major hospital wanted to add on to their benefits package at no direct cost to the company, their very first word was... Find out more at forbusiness.com.
Right now, it's all about being smart with your money.
Like Macy's.
Everyday value.
It's not a sale.
It's really cool stuff. At a really smart price.
Same low price every day.
On the brands you know and love.
Like a really great pair of jeans. My favorite shirt.
Or a classic cardigan.
It's not what you pay.
It's what you get.
Macy's Everyday Value. Hundreds of items
for you and your family. Always the same low prices.
Every day. That's the magic of Macy's.
So here we are in the 4th quarter. No time left, and the touchdown is under review.
Hey, guys. What do you think?
We're not ready to go yet. Is there any way you can send this thing into overtime?
No problem.
I don't know what he was looking at, but we're going into overtime.
Buffalo Wild Wings. You have to be here.
This could finally end it. Unbelievable.
Enterprise, hi. I'm at the repair shop. I need to rent a car.
Enterprise will arrange to pick you up,
This is great.
drive you to our place, and get you on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
He took their life savings and flushed them down the toilet. What do you know?
There's an exciting part.
Now it's his turn. New CSI Miami, CBS Monday.
Now it's time for the Jack Link's Beef Jerky Action Cam.
Thank you, Vern. Look at this. That is a hit. You know, we talked about this game in all seriousness. It's not for the shy. And you can see these hits. And that's Ahmad Black right there coming up and taking on Charles Scott. And if you don't want to take somebody on, you might as well go to the sideline.
Ahmad Black, who had 7 interceptions, tied for the lead in the country last year, only one this time out. But what a defensive tackle that was. Best starting field position for the Gators tonight, their own 41. Demps on the field. Here's Tebow. He's gone the distance. Every offensive snap tonight. Recall that he was not medically cleared to play in the game until noontime today because of the concussion. Demps. Kelvin Shepard with the tackle. Let's go back to New York. Here's Tim Brando.
All right, Vern, let's keep it in the Sunshine State, where Florida State, you got to think it's a very important game for Bobby Bowden tonight. They're up by a touchdown, and then Jonathan Dwyer sets sail for Paul Johnson's triple option that would tie the game at 21. Elsewhere, Miami led by Ja'Cory Harris. Oregon State's Quizzy Rogers has 4 touchdowns. Back to you.
All right, Tim, I think I heard Archie say this afternoon about Bobby Bowden. Leave him alone. 2nd down, 4. 5:16 to go, 3rd quarter. Here's the dive play again.
Look at that.
How about that? The pile moved to the
I'll
north.
tell you, Emmanuel Moody did a great job that time. Talking about the little guy squeezing through, but that time the transfer from USC had to earn his spot here. You know, Urban Meyer likes him, but he's fumbled a couple times, and he's had to earn every carry here at Florida. And that's kind of how it is at Florida. If you're not ready to compete for playing time, you ain't playing. There's a lot of guys that want to play.
Recall we told you that Florida, headset problems. Maybe the same telestrator thing.
Yeah,
yep,
going around.
Must be it. 1st down and 10. Tebow pulls it away from Moody, drills it low and complete.
Great throw. Great throw.
Right at Cooper. Well, we're almost halfway through the season now. The SEC East standings. South Carolina outlasted Kentucky today. They go to Alabama next week. Georgia got thumped today in a big win for Tennessee. And out west, Alabama rolled 6-0. LSU trying to keep pace with them. Auburn was rudely treated.
I think it's time to make the point that, you know, this game, obviously a big game, but both of these teams, either one that loses, can control their own destiny. And I'm saying right now, a one-loss SEC champion will be in the national championship game. So I'm saying whoever loses this game, whether it's LSU or Florida, can win the rest and still end up playing for the national championship.
You've not given much heart to the non-BCS schools.
Well,
with that statement.
I think they're needed. They might pass some conference with one loss, but not this conference
No.
with one loss.
I totally agree. I'm just trying to stir things up as if you needed my help.
Well, Florida has other designs. They want to win them all.
Yes, they do.
Right?
And they've won 14 in a row coming in.
What do you do here? 2nd and inches.
Go for it. Well, there's Tebow. He's going to run, stiff arm, and it appears he has enough. Let's see. I'm not so sure. Yeah.
Well, that time, Kelvin Shepard stayed home as a spy that time, looking for the quarterback draw, and he got it. You know, if they'd have blitzed or brought everybody to the outside, that could have been a big play.
And it will be 3rd down. I think it just started sprinkling. I think we may have some raindrops.
See if LSU defense can make a big play here. They made one goal line stand.
Here's Tebow.
He stuck it in there that time, didn't he? That's the first time he's lowered his head really and stuck it in there.
We might bring the chain out on this one.
Oh, Kelvin Shepard again. He might be short now. Is it 4-down territory? Back-to-back plays by Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw him at practice Thursday. Vernon said, I got to hand it to you. You were outstanding against Georgia. He was all over the football field.
Moved into a starting spot. He can play all 3 positions. John Chavis was telling us yesterday he's one of the smart young men on this team. How about this? Well, now you missed a field goal from 25 that would have given you a 10-point lead.
You didn't go for a field goal, and you got stopped on a 4th down play, and then you threw a bad pass, or it could have been a touchdown.
All right. 4th and a foot, Tim Tebow. 3:15 to go.
Under center.
How about that? Trying to draw him offside. Play clock at 8, plenty of time. You got to be kidding me. The crowd loves it. How about that? He was never going to take the snap.
I'm surprised, I have to say. Now he's playing. Did they take a timeout on the sideline?
Yes.
So.
There's also a flag down, Garrett.
But the back judge doesn't know that the side judge called a timeout or not. So they might pick that flag up.
Delay of game. Offense number 15. A penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. 4th down.
Urban's playing to his defense. And now Les Miles has to look at that offense and say, guys, our defense is stopping them. 2 huge drives. We need points.
And so after the penalty is marked off, Chaz Henry comes on to punt.
I'll never forget Urban's faking a punt in that SEC championship. Remember that?
Well, they're 7 for 7 on fake punts for 1st down. But this time, Chaz Henry pooches it, and it's taken by Chad Jones at the 14-yard line. I don't remember seeing Tim Tebow under center ever before.
When you need it fast, get it fast.
Sarah, you're home!
On the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T. Now get 50% off these Samsung touchscreen phones after mail-in rebate. Only from AT&T.
The Chick-fil-A Chicken Sandwich, the original way to eat more chicken.
A work of art, a finely tuned machine, a sanctuary, a command center, a sophisticated sedan, a sports car. Nissan Maxima, the ultimate dual threat. Now lease one for $299 a month for 39 months or get 0% APR financing. Nissan, proud partner of the Heisman Trophy.
How do you keep a friend from being deported?
He can come work for me. I'd rather swim buck naked across the Ganges than work with you. For me.
A new Big Bang Theory, Monday.
A suddenly misty Saturday night in Death Valley. Wait till you find out what Charlie's brother is doing to earn some extra money. Monday on a new 2.5 Men. Right here on CBS, America's most watched network.
First and 10 for the LSU Tigers.
7-point Florida lead. But they're allowing LSU to hang on. Now, late arrival to the offensive group is Mitch Joseph, number 83, the tight end.
You know, two guys that have been really quiet for LSU in this game so far. Richard Dixon, number 18, their ball-catching tight end, and Russell Shepard, number 10. When are we going to see him?
Here's Scott going left, breaks the tackle, and LaFell kind of impeded further progress. Well, how do you like the teams? What teams do you like who control their own destiny?
Well, yeah, that's the way I like to look at it. It doesn't matter if you're first or second, but to me, undefeated SEC team, Florida, Alabama, LSU is the number 1 seed right now. Texas is the number 2 seed. But the number 3 seed is a 1-loss SEC champion, and then a USC comes in. So USC basically needs the SEC to lose 2 games, I feel, to play in the national championship.
On 2nd and 2, Scott comes left.
Across the 25-yard line.
Jay Howard, number 6. So
First down.
you see these 5 positions as
I think so, and I don't have Boise State there. I don't think they're going to pass Virginia Tech because Miami's doing well enough. But how does Virginia Tech ever pass a 1-loss SEC team because they lost to Alabama
in the season opener in Atlanta? That is the first down of this half for LSU. And again, they'll go with a double tight end set. Charles Scott is the running back. That is most effective outing of the season last week in the win at Georgia with 95 yards. This one left side out to the 30. That's a 4-yard gain. Teron Sanders, number 92, makes the tackle.
Charles Scott has not rushed for 100 yards in a game this year. But it looks to me that Les Miles has said, we can run the ball, and we're going to keep running the ball. It's only 10-3 because of a couple circumstances. We can run and try to protect Jordan Jefferson and hit the big play a different way.
Now Scott and Jefferson look over near side. Play clock at 4. Blitz from the corner and a flag.
Well, look at that blitz. 2 receivers to the top of the screen, and nobody covered them. Major Wright comes over late, but 2 receivers out there.
False start. Number 53 on the offense. That penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. 2nd down.
Look at the 2 receivers to the top of the screen over here. 1, 2 right there. 2 of them. Watch this, two guys out there standing alone on the play, and they aren't able to get it off.
Well, the penalty, the 7th call, is on T. Bob Hebert. His dad, Bobby, of course, a longtime quarterback for both the Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. T. Bob Hebert. Really Bob the third. And Ant started calling him T. Bob. Here we go. Another flag.
Prior to the snap. False start. Number 68 on the offense. That penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. 2nd down.
Joe DeRosick.
Well, we all met Joe last week in a little different circumstances, but Joe jumps off this time.
Somebody served this team bad bacon and eggs at the hotel in Duluth, Georgia last week.
But you know, they fought through it. And they because they were sick and they had to shuffle the guys around 3 or 4 different ways to get through that football game.
We had a couple who left everything on the field.
That's right, or what all they had. They left on the field. The fans do not like this. Looking at the bench, calling a play. Interesting. Look at this.
Oh dear, they're not going to like this at all.
Look at this. Very upset. Oh, it's the end of the quarter. Oh, end of the quarter.
Well, it seems not to matter to some. I still didn't like it. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with our score 10-3 Florida. We'll return to Tiger Stadium right after this word from your local station.
Wednesday is so good, it's criminal.
Why not?
They kill.
It's about violence and power.
For the thrill. New Criminal Minds. Then, the confession.
I started stabbing.
Is just the beginning.
DNA results came back. She's lying.
Who are you protecting?
A new CSI New York Wednesday.
Catch TV's #1 show, NCIS, Tuesday, only CBS.
Now here's the latest from 10 Connects News.
A plane goes down over the southern tip of Florida. The amazing survival story coming up.
I'm Tammy Fields. Also on 10 Connects tonight, a memorial run to honor officers killed in the line of duty. Plus, Gator fans watch as #1 takes on #4 out in Louisiana. Join us tonight after the game.
Yellow's there when you feel so-so. Yellow covers you head to toe.
Yellow. That's the color of AvMed Health Plans, which offers personalized service and customized plans to fit every size business. You might say we've made yellow the color of confidence. So as you look for a health plan,
think sunlight, pencils, taxis, cheddar. Think AvMed. Yellow makes it better.
call your independent agent or 1-888-51-AvMed.
Evo never goes out of fashion. Howl scream at Busch Gardens.
Be prepared for something really extraordinary from the Florida Lottery. Multiply your non-jackpot winnings up to 5 times starting October 11th.
I say show me the money, honey.
This is like my first time.
We're gonna put our kids through school with this money.
$200! Wow, that's exciting!
10 Connects is live with the Gators right after the game.
+1,100 yards last season, 2008. And tonight, 11 carries for 44 yards. Charles Scott still in quest of his first 100-yard game of this year. We begin the fourth at 2nd down and 15 from the 20. Florida leads LSU 10-3. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Tracy Wolfson here at Tiger Stadium. Jefferson, four-man rush, pressure. They got him. The sack is made by Jermaine Cunningham. And that's the second sack tonight. Impressions so far.
Florida's defensive line can win games. When you have a defensive line, it's what separates this conference from other conferences. You know, the big teams in the other conferences have the defensive lines, but throughout this whole league, there's that type of talent. This Florida defensive line is a game changer. LSU's defensive line is not.
You know, it's 10-3, Gary. I don't get a sense of sizzle in this game.
No, absolutely not. Too many mistakes, too many penalties. It's not like it was 2 years ago. There's
Right.
no doubt. This game does not have that intensity.
Third down and 22. Jefferson back. That one short, caught. And Scott comes left. It's going to be fourth down. He's knocked out of bounds.
And that was a protect your quarterback. It's 10-3. We don't want an interception like Spikes had last year against this team.
Right. Brandon Spikes had 2 last year in the big win, and one of them returned for a touchdown.
This was basically conceding a punt on this one. They knew that Florida would be in a deep zone. They got too many athletes that run too well. They just did not want a turnover at this point of the game.
So Derek Helton is on to punt after the pressure applied. There's Brandon Spikes. He is the leader. He is defensively to Florida what Tebow is offensively. This one nice and high. Oh, boy. And it will go out of bounds. So see where they rule that it did cross the boundary.
The referee will line it up from his angle. He was right behind the punter, and he'll stop the side judge.
41-yard punt, no return.
What's the most dangerous sport in the world?
Ready, set, go.
How about jumping off a cliff and flying like a bird? See it Sunday on 60 Minutes.
It's endless shrimp at Red Lobster. Indulge in endless choices of your favorite shrimp, including new wood-grilled shrimp with a teriyaki glaze. It's endless shrimp, our best value of the year, now at Red Lobster.
It's right here. It's easy. It's the money you could be saving with Geico.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
Now, Tim Tebow, medically cleared after the concussion, has played every offensive snap tonight. 4 of 6 throwing the ball. He did throw a touchdown pass to Riley Cooper, his roommate. And that ties him for second most in SEC history. That's the difference in the game, that one. And here's Jefferson, the only interception tonight. Joe Hayden with that one, and then the pressure has been applied. Here's Jermaine Cunningham, gets Jefferson down. That's 1 of 3 sacks this evening. He was sacked 6 times last week in Georgia.
I wonder if this game's going to be like last week. Remember, we went to the 57-minute mark, and then all of a sudden we had 21 points right at the end of the game. Or will a Florida field goal ice this thing?
Let's not do discredit to Tebow. He has the most touchdowns. First down and 10. That one complete. Deontay Thompson up at the 45-yard line. Second catch for Thompson tonight. And Patrick Peterson, number 7, makes the tackle.
Made the tackle for the Tigers. Game is to the 45-yard line. Second down, 6.
Talked so much in the early season about the absence of Percy Harvin and Lewis Murphy. Thompson expected to step up and fill that void, but hamstring problems until tonight. Now Cooper is at the top of the screen to the left. Hernandez, number 81, is in the backfield. And here is the dive play up the middle. Watch out. Here's Demps. Spin move, and the umpire got right in the middle of things. It's a dangerous position.
Watch Aaron Hernandez. He gets so much credit as a receiver, but watch the job he does right here blocking on the ISO play. He comes in and fits on Quintero right there. Beautiful job by the tight end.
8 yards.
This is so interesting how this game is unfolding. Urban Meyer, with all the reputation of the spread, he's running the dive, and the Michigan guy who played guard has got her throwing it all over the field.
Here's Tebow. Oh boy, Demps just about broke it. Let's go to Tim Brando. Vern Heisman Watch presented by Nissan.
Vern, last year's Heisman runner-up Colt McCoy was in action tonight as his Longhorns beat Colorado 38-14. He was 32 of 39 for 265 yards. Other big performers from earlier in the day: Todd Reesing for the Fighting Manginos, 37 of 49 for 442, and Mark Ingram of Alabama, who I believe is playing better than Florida right now. Should be number one.
Oh, do you have a vote, Tim? Second down.
Doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. You're right. Demps caught from behind by Peterson. There is a no. He's going to be ruled down by contact. No fumble. 14-yard gain.
Again, right up the middle. You have to hand it to this offensive line. Steve Adazio has said we can block these guys, and they are blocking them. Tebow's not a big threat in the option game. Remember, he ran 21 options or zone reads against Kentucky. What is he had, like 6? You know, I mean, there's Steve Adazio, new coordinator and offensive line coach.
Dan Mullen went over to Mississippi State head coach. It's a first down and 10. 10-3 still. Here's Tebow. He will run. And he's at the 23-yard line. You know, Tim Tebow, Heisman Trophy winner 2 years ago as a sophomore, is on schedule. He'll graduate in December, and we've gotten to know him pretty well. I'm just smiling thinking about our conversation with him before the Tennessee game. What classes are you taking this fall? Because he's already got enough hours to graduate. He said one course. It's a senior management course to be continued. Tuesdays during practice. And we said, you know, Matt Leinart took one course. It was ballroom dancing. And Tebow said, mine's not that tough. Option. Pitch.
Now he kept it. Kept it, just went right inside.
What have you seen tonight from him? What you expected?
I think he's managed the game. You know, he's different than he was a couple of years ago as a sophomore when he was just running all over the field and trying to hurt people on every run. He's managed his game. I think Florida has managed his hits. And LSU is playing right into their hand because they can't stop the simplest plays. Now the question here is, do you risk it? You're in field goal range right now.
But you got a kicker who hooked one right from 25 yards. Rainey is split wide to the left. It's 5 wide. Here's the option and the inside pitch, and that's going to be a first down at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, that's that shovel pass. Remember when they did it against Alabama in the situation they needed it? This time they do it to the big tight end. He's like H-back tight end, runs right through a tackle. Drake Nevis, that's a big man. He ran right through right there.
Hernandez with 6 receptions for 70 yards now. And there's a player down for LSU, LeVar Edwards, number 89. Looks like he's going to be able to trot off on his own.
Oh, right in the face. And then Edwards takes a knee to the helmet. Holy cow.
First down and 10. Brandon James alongside Tebow. Dive play. James bounces it to the outside.
James is the ball carrier.
Down to the 15. Well, they have squandered scoring chances as Florida so
They
far.
sure did. Remember, they eschewed the field goal. Is that right?
Eschew. I like that. Oh, very good.
And they didn't make it on 4th down. Then they had a chance to put 7 poor pass, no great catch, and then they missed the field goal. So they missed 7, and then they missed 3 right after.
And it's a 2nd down and 8. They're also chewing up time on the clock. We're under 9 minutes to go.
Remember a couple years ago, didn't Tebow throw a fourth quarter interception late that hurt him? Will they do it now? It really looks like LSU's going to need a turnover or a defensive play or another missed field goal.
Yes. Well, it's going to be 3rd, and let's see where they spot this. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Chancey Aguirre made the tackle, number 87, help from Josh Downs, number 77. And it is 3rd and 10. Florida leading by 7.
Field goal makes it a 2-possession game. Will they keep it in the middle of the field?
Receivers bunched bottom of the screen. 3 are spread wide left. Here's Tebow, corner rush. He steps up, breaks a tackle, and puts it in position at the 15. So I believe we'll see Caleb Sturgis. Now, he's the guy that missed last time out. He got his opportunity because the 6th-year senior kicker, Jonathan Phillips, hooked one earlier in the season, but it will be Sturgis.
Interesting, that was not a called quarterback draw. That was a called pass. Well covered by the LSU defense.
Sturgis, 1 of 2 tonight, missed from 25. Chaz Henry is the holder. That one is good. With 7:27 remaining in the ball game, Gators now lead by 10.
Cow! Good, Aaron, cow. Cow! Yes, sweetie, cow. Paul, where are the burgers?
The Chick-fil-A Chicken Sandwich, the original way to eat more chicken.
This is my small business specialist, Tara. I know landscaping, but I didn't know how wireless could help my business.
I just don't know how wireless can help my business.
Tara showed me how I could keep track of my employees in the field and get more jobs done faster. I was blown away. I'm blown away.
Only Verizon Wireless has small business specialists in every store to help you do business better.
We should get you a hat.
Now buy any BlackBerry like the new Tor at our lowest prices ever and get one free.
These are bags. They fly free.
Do you know other airlines charge up to $20 for the first bag?
And $30 for the second.
Round trip. That's almost $100.
That's crazy talk.
Well, how about if I just send my bags on vacation and I'll stay home?
Why do you charge for bags?
For any bag out there watching this commercial right now, fly, be free.
The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by the Home Depot, Chick-fil-A, Verizon Wireless, and by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Don't forget, later in the game, the play of the game presented by Outback Steakhouse. 93,139, largest crowd ever to see a football game played in this venerable edifice. If you can use eschew,
well, yeah, I'm not challenging.
I can go with edifice.
I'm
right?
done.
Okay. Sturgis. Ron Brooks, number 13, comes left, steps out of a tackle at the 15, comes down the sidelines, and Joe Hayden hits him. But Ron Brooks looked pretty good on
Yeah,
that.
he did. Well, let's talk about LSU's strategy here for Gary Croton. He's got 7 minutes to go. He can still use the run and the pass, but I think they have a sense of getting up to the line of scrimmage, not in a hurry up, but they must not, they can't take a 6-minute drive here.
Right. Well, the Tigers' last loss here on Saturday night goes all the way back to 2002. They were thumped by an Alabama team. Here's the handoff, 32 in a row at home. Run around the left side after the 38-yard line. That's a nice first down run by Charles Scott. They did lose a game at night at home, but that was on a Monday night in Tennessee. That was a game that had been postponed by Hurricane Rita. It was Les Miles' first game at Tiger Stadium at night in 05. Memorable. 13-3. Jefferson. Nope, incomplete.
And again, that Florida pass rush just enough where Jordan Jefferson says they're coming at me and I can feel them coming at me, whether it's Dunlap or Howard or Cunningham or Brandon Spikes. He can feel the pressure almost on every play of guys coming in on him.
LSU for the night, 1 of 7 on third downs.
You have to even think, is it 4-down territory? Could affect this play call right now.
And off to Scott. Short. Only to the 39-yard line. He needs another yard.
I mean, you got 2 possessions here. You almost have to go for it right here.
6.5 to go. I would think so. LSU for the season now. 0 for 5 on fourth downs.
Florida counters with their heavy unit. Oh, they are taking their time to grab the right play here.
14 on the play clock. Now more substitutions defensively for Charlie Strong and the Florida Gators. Fourth down and 1 officially. Jefferson will throw. Maybe.
My.
Brandon Spikes.
You know, such a key play. I don't think everyone was on the same page here. I don't know if the receivers knew the call because it just looked like to the top of the screen they were blocking almost. Could have got one deep down the sideline maybe. He looks right, no one even close to open. By the time he comes back left, he can't get his eyes downfield. You have to throw the ball.
And so the game made memorable 2 years ago here on Saturday night when LSU went for first downs on fourth down 5 times and converted all 5. Tonight, nada.
And Les is going to have to use his timeouts right now. He can't let him take 3 minutes off the clock running and not even getting the first down.
Shepard and Riley, numbers 11 and 56 on this tackle.
Well, how about this? I mean, this Florida performance tonight, not spectacular, but how about the word mature?
Very
experienced.
Good.
Yeah. You know, they didn't have a lot of penalties. Only 1 sustained drive all game by LSU. No turnovers. Protected their quarterback. Gave the game plan to their offensive line, and they performed.
It's 2nd down and 7, and Tebow has gone every snap at quarterback after having been cleared medically by a plethora of doctors. And here's Tebow going for the end zone. Cooper, is it good? It's picked off. Are you kidding? Jai Eugene.
Wow. Riley Cooper had no idea he was going to get the football. That's the only thing Florida could not do. I mean, Jai Eugene never thought. He's at the bottom of the screen here. Watch Riley Cooper run right by him. He doesn't have any idea he's going to get the football. And I don't know where Tim's throwing the ball. I just am complimenting him for a mature game plan, and that play came out of nowhere. I thought they were going to run the ball in the middle 3 straight times.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's attendance, 93,000.
Well, we got to look at it. We got to see if his foot was in here.
The largest crowd in the history of Tiger Stadium.
Well, you heard the PA announcement. And here, now they're doing, Ben Oldham is our replay official tonight.
I thought he had his foot in.
I thought it was good.
Yep.
Sure did. It appeared he got that left foot down. Jai Eugene. Well, that's not going to be the defining replay. How about that? Tebow's second interception of the season.
A shocking call.
Yeah.
A shocking call in this situation. Now, Tim didn't help out the call. Terrible decision. You know, the call wasn't good. Yeah, he's clearly got his foot in. You can see it. There's grass around it. You know, one of the things I heard...
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It was a clean interception. First down.
A great compliment I heard about Drew Brees is they said that Sean Payton feels like he can call any play because he knows if it's not there, Drew Brees will bail him out. This was a play where Tim Tebow could have bailed out the call, and he just threw it up for grabs.
And a little look of exasperation on his face over on the sideline. And here comes LSU, 95 yards away, a 2-possession deficit, 4:55 to go. And the sophomore quarterback, Jordan Jefferson from the end zone. Caught, ankle tackle. Wow. Janoris Jenkins.
Now it comes to strategy for LSU is we got to have a touchdown. Now it doesn't matter when we get the touchdown because we're thinking onside kick no matter what.
On second down, here's Jefferson back across the middle, caught. That's Dixon's first catch tonight.
Well, that's the first time they've thrown to him tonight. I don't really understand that. He is money as a receiver.
Great pass receiving tight end number 18, Richard Dixon. First down and 10 at the 20. They picked up 15. 4:16 to go. And again, Jefferson has to dance out to the right, and he's going to be forced out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Joe Hayden was there defending.
Well, remember last week, what did he go, 88 yards?
Yeah.
Burns?
Yep, 13 plays. 6 of 11 tonight. He has been sacked 3 times.
Well, if he does it against this defense, this, you know, I know defense, and this ain't no Georgia defense.
Duly noted. Second down. And they got Spikes lined up at right defensive end now.
Yeah, he does that a lot, the nickel pass.
Okay. Brandon Spikes, that pass is complete over the middle, and that's good for another first down. A.J. Jones. Spikes with 9 tackles tonight.
And Florida is conceding yards for time right now. The big, tall, fast wide receivers have not gotten deep in this game yet.
Here's LaFell, one of them. And that is incomplete. Will Hill, number 10, defending it. Jefferson, a sophomore out of St. Rose, Louisiana, said it's very close to the New Orleans airport. He was actually at this game 2 years ago as a recruit, sat in the stands, wanted to come here, and then 3 weeks later he went to the LSU-Alabama game, and LSU won that, and he declared for LSU, said Alabama finished second. This one's good, across the middle. And the chain will be moved and the clock will be stopped because they'll have to reset it for the first down.
Little screen pass. They're taking LSU exactly what they have. Florida's conceding the 8-yard pass, and so far the Tigers are taking it.
Jefferson had Scott on the last one.
Yep,
this one incomplete.
Well, that time Trenton Holiday tried to run before he caught that one.
Isn't Joe Hayden something?
He really is. He's as solid a football player as you'll find in college football. Started as a true freshman, does not make a lot of mistakes. Vern said he played, look at that, Trenton tried to throw the ball. Vern said he played quarterback. I think he's threw for over 7,000 yards as a high school quarterback.
Yeah. And he was a starting point guard on the state champion basketball team 2 years in a row. Here's Jefferson. He's going to have to scoot out of bounds and stop the clock. Joe Hayden. Last week, the winning drive.
Go-ahead drive, and then they hit that last one before, but it was 88 yards. The big scramble by Jordan Jefferson set up the run by Charles Scott.
And they wound up winning it against Georgia. Now a third down with 3:02 to go. Another flag. And while we've got a moment, let's go back to the studio for this John Hancock update. Here's Tim Brando.
Vern, a bizarre night, really, in Tallahassee. An hour, 20-minute lightning delay, but Christian Ponder to Jermaine Thomas, his 4th touchdown pass of the half. That's a career high for him, 35-28, and a very important game for Bobby Bowden. Back to Vern and Gary.
Third down. 13,
Agreed, Tim.
43-yard line.
And it's going to be third down at 3 minutes to go. Jefferson, a catch up in the air, incomplete. Thought it was a catch. Hayden was there to knock it away from Terrence Tolliver.
Ball was again thrown a little high, and Joe Hayden had time to come in there and disrupt the receiver. If that ball's in the stomach, you might be able to catch it with your third hand. Use your body to catch it. Tolliver, a sloppy route, didn't come back and help at all. You can't run sloppy routes against this Florida defense. You see him go across the line and just stall there. You have to go across and come back.
And so 4th and 14 with 2:50 to go. Gators rush 3. Jefferson in trouble, dropped again at the 36-yard line. Well, I thought he was dropped. Pardon me.
He threw it forward to an offensive lineman. That'll be a penalty, and that should be ball game.
Yeah, it should be. It was a nice catch by Lyle Hitt.
How about this play? I mean, this is a complete team. Now, it wasn't a pretty game, but to come in here, really.
Number 65 recovers the fumble. There was not a pass, so therefore there's no flag on the foul. The line of game was not made. First down.
I thought he tossed it forward here to him.
There was actually a fumble on the play.
Oh, it was stripped out. You know, I wonder, one of the calls that's not happening anymore in college football, doesn't mean a lot, is forward progress. Wasn't forward progress there? I mean, they hung that player out to dry, but Florida's defense gave up some yards, but they didn't give up the football game.
What do you say to a spin around the color wheel? To paint with primer already mixed in. Test samples instead of canned commitments. What do you say we dip into our wallets less and grab a hold of the latest tools out there so we can quit all that messing around with extra steps and get busy turning our doing dials up a notch? More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Black boots. Black pants.
Black taco?
Black dress. Black dog.
Black taco.
Black eye. Black sheep.
Blackjack taco.
Taco.
With pepper jack sauce.
Blackjack taco. Only 89 cents. Exclusively at Taco Bell. Bell.
John Hancock. The future is yours. Visit findtheanswers.com.
Is there anything worse than couples night?
It was like we were on a date with a sad, chubby girl our mom made us call.
New How I Met Your Mother, Monday.
As of now, one of 10 unbeatens is Iowa, and Ricky Stanzi, trying to keep them that way, finds Tony Moyaki a 42-yard touchdown, his second of the game, to make it 30-21. They could be on a collision course for Ohio State on November the 14th at the Old Horseshoe, and will be down to 9 if this score holds up in the Bayou. Back to Vern.
All right, Tim, thank you. It's a 1st and 10 now, and the ball was spotted back at the 30 where the fumble occurred. Can't advance it on 4th down. So Tim Tebow and the Gators have it. Here's Demps. That'll be a nice gain and work on the clock. 2:31 to go. Kelvin Shepard. You know who we didn't see at all tonight? Russell Shepard.
Russell Shepard not a play.
Down.
They told us they want to get him 8 to 10 touches a game. Clearly, the LSU had no explosive plays in this game. Now, you got to have some against this defense. They're too solid.
Time called. Tim Tebow, Urban Meyer. That's a smile of satisfaction.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Right at the borderline is where I'm going away for you.
My wait is over. I'm hooking up my flat screen to DirecTV. Now I'll get every channel I want in beautiful HD.
Now that's taking HD to the limit. Cable? Not my world.
I want you so bad, it's my only wish.
I'll be rocking DirecTV.
To get the most TV for the money and lock in your price for an entire year, call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Introducing Arby's new $5.01 combos. 5 delicious full-size sandwiches with curly fries and a drink, all for only $5.01. But why the extra penny? It's for our world-famous roast beef, slow oven roasted to perfection every day and freshly sliced to order. It's for our signature French dip and Swiss with hot, savory au jus. And it's for the unique taste that only Arby's can deliver with our new classic roast beef patty melt. So say hello to Arby's new $5.01 combos. Worth every penny, and here to stay.
Hey, Vincent!
Go State!
Hey, Ham. Why did that guy call you Vincent?
Because that's my real name, Bergwood.
It is? How do you know that?
He's my Allstate agent.
Oh, he insures your car.
And my boat.
You got a boat?
Ah, my wife is a big-time skier.
You're married?
Allstate agents know who you really are and can help you save money by combining your car insurance with home, boat, and more. Are you in good hands?
Where'd you meet your wife?
Pilates.
She's European.
Monday, Dave's All New with Gary Shandling. From The Big Bang Theory, Kaylee Cuoco, and music from Tim McGraw.
That's not all. Listen to this.
Later this week, catch Uma Thurman and Tina Fey.
Nice moment on the sideline as we left Tiger Stadium. Urban Meyer, the affection of a coach for his players. In that case, Tim Tebow, but plenty to pass around. As Urban Meyer's going to win here as a head coach for the first time. He has been here before. He was on Earl Bruce's staff when they played at LSU in 1992, Colorado State, and Colorado State won that one 17-14. And there's the handoff to Jeff Demps. Well, Tim Tebow almost went to Alabama, and he was recruited by Mike Shula the same weekend that Brandon Spikes was there. And Spikes confirmed for us this week that the two of them sat in Shula's office, and Mike said, you know, if you guys come here, we can win a lot of championships. Well, ultimately, Brandon Spikes and Tebow wound up at Florida. He said, I'm going where he's going.
Now, more than ever, you want to keep your loved ones safe and secure. Give them the gift of financial security from New York Life. We've been protecting families for over 164 years. New York Life, the company you keep.
It's endless shrimp at Red Lobster. Indulge in endless choices of your favorite shrimp, including new wood-grilled shrimp with a teriyaki glaze. It's endless shrimp, our best value of the year, now at Red Lobster.
Sometimes we don't even realize we're being boxed in. We forget how to be free. Until one day, the barriers we always thought were there suddenly weren't. Introducing a TV designed to set your viewing experience free. So is it a TV or something better?
What makes NCIS Los Angeles TV's #1 new show? The Attitude.
You just need me to call a tow truck?
New episode, CBS Tuesday.
There is not enough gumbo in Cajun country to erase the sting of a defeat. 13-3, player of the game, Tim Tebow. He's one of our players of the game. Played every offensive snap, and he is joined by Brandon Spikes, 11 tackles, 2.5 sacks. And it's 3rd and short.
You know, it just strikes you, watch this Florida team. You can tell they're a champion. They can beat you big, like they did Kentucky, and score 50 points. Or they can beat you small, like they've done tonight with their defense.
Here's Tebow.
Oh, I don't understand this.
I thought you might take exception of that.
They can beat you silly, too. I don't get this one at all. I was Elbo's going to say, I wonder if they would take him out and give him, you know, the basketball where you take the guy off and everybody claps for him and you bring the backup on. Oh, well. Yep, first down. If he'd got, well, I won't even say it. If he'd have gotten, I will say it, if he'd have gotten dinged, I'd have been out of the booth.
Yeah, I'm about to bust some chops. It's the man that took my parking spot. So you the light guy, huh?
Yeah.
Now, does that mean you living the high life lightly?
Yeah, he just refers to this style of beer.
Oh.
Kind of like differently labeled brothers from the same mother.
So you a metaphorical kind of guy, huh?
One's a little more athletic than the other, though.
Well, which one? You know, because you can run fast, but I can knock you over.
How about it? Chicken strip dinner and a drink for $3.99. Really great deal. Tons of food. Wow. What an excellent bite that was.
You like that?
You mind if we play that back? Take another look at it? There's the strip grab. Nice execution.
Confident.
Look at the angle.
The angle is really important.
And, what a clean bite.
It's a clean move to the mouth.
That's a pro bite.
$3.99 chicken strip dinner and drink. Now at Sonic. Get a complete feast of a meal with a medium drink for just $3.99. Plus add a junior candy sundae for only $1. Only at Sonic.
Monday, how can Charlie's brother afford his own mansion?
Welcome to our love nest, my tiny sparrow.
Don't ask.
Why are we running?
New 2.5 Men, Monday only CBS.
We're back in Baton Rouge, and it's time for the play of the game presented by Outback Steakhouse. Here is Mick Huber of the Florida Gator Radio Network.
In the gun, shotgun snap, play action. Drops back, looks to throw, fires deep for the end zone, wide open in quarantine, and Riley Cooper, touchdown! Oh my! Riley Cooper in the right corner, and the Gators take the lead.
That gave them a 10-3 lead. They've increased it to 13-3. Riley Cooper, who signed a baseball contract with the Texas Rangers organization and spent the summer in Texas, played minor league baseball. Hand off this time to Demps. Gary, you found reason to not run Tebow, right?
Well, no, I don't see why. I mean, they needed a first down, but watch Kelvin Shepard, number 11, to the right side of your screen, just barely misses a head-on-head collision with Tebow. Those helmets were inches apart. Now, I defended Tebow being in the game against Kentucky last week. Third quarter, they hadn't scored in a while. I thought after they scored in that drive, he would have been out of the game anyway. That call right there, I don't know if that's necessary.
There's John Brantley, who practiced with the first unit all of last week and split the time with Tebow this week. John, the redshirt sophomore, did not get on the field tonight.
Well, LSU, like I said, though, LSU in this football game is not done. I mean, they lose this game as a loss,
right,
but they still control their own destiny. It's not going to be easy destiny. Play at Ole Miss and at Alabama, and then they have to beat Florida again to get there. But, you know, still in their own hands.
There's the dive play left side. LSU is out of timeouts. We've got 85 seconds to go in this one. Well, they won at Washington, Vanderbilt at home, Lafayette at home. Goal line stands both against Lafayette and at Mississippi State. The big one last week. And they are idle next week. Then they've got Auburn and Tulane at home, at Alabama, non-conference Louisiana Tech, and then they finish up at Ole Miss and Arkansas.
You just got to really love this league because, again, it became apparent, even though LSU was trying to hide Jordan Jefferson a bit, you can't beat a quality team in this conference without a quarterback.
And then Jefferson only moderately effective tonight, 11 of 17 for 96 yards. Clock can't stop. Well, the Gators go back home against an Arkansas team that won big today against Auburn. They had their idle week last week, and then they go at Mississippi State. That's been a trap game for them a couple of times. We'll see them against Georgia. And then they wound up against at South Carolina, Florida International, and then Florida State. Final 14 seconds. Tim Tebow's got helmet hair.
Well, Tim Tebow has everybody's respect in this league. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about him. The defensive players have so much respect for him on every team he's played against.
And that carries over to the coaches, too. Les Miles, Gary Croton, John Chavis, the two coordinators at LSU, expressing their hope that he would be able to play tonight and their admiration for him. Well, Tim Tebow is standing by with Tracy Wolfson.
Thanks, guys. Tim, after the hit, after the concussion, all the uncertainty, to come on the road in an environment like this and get the win. I know it wasn't the biggest win for you, but the toughest?
It was a tough win. Coming to this stadium with a great crowd, a very good team, great defense we're going against. It's a big win for us.
How are you feeling, and did you have any problem out there whatsoever?
I'm feeling great. The doctors did a great job. I just want to thank them for all the work they put in me the last 2 weeks, our trainers, and then all the fans that were praying for me, and everyone across the country who was praying for me. I really appreciate it.
For you, beating an undefeated LSU team today, what was the key to victory?
I think it was just playing hard on both sides of the ball. You know, on offense, we didn't execute the best, but we played really hard. Our offensive line drove them off the ball all night, backs ran hard, and guys competed all night for 4 quarters.
Thanks a lot. Congratulations. Feel good.
Thank you. God bless.
All right, thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Tim Tebow. 13-3. The only touchdown of the night was a toss from Tim Tebow to his roommate Riley Cooper. Urban Meyer wins at Tiger Stadium for the first time. And the Florida Gators win their 15th in a row. That's the longest in the country. For Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson, I'm Bert Lundquist. See you next week.
When did you become a Gator? Was it when you took your first breath? Or when something took your breath away? Maybe it was when you realized you had a friend for life. Or when you stood for something you believed in. Or maybe you were simply standing at the end of your driveway. When did you become a Gator? The University of Florida, the foundation for the Gator Nation.
At the intersection of life and learning, you could conduct neonatal research, invent computer technologies, connect people, launch new products, increase longevity, improve the environment, prevent diseases, discover cures, develop new fuels and energy applications in national labs that lead the world. At the intersection of life and learning. Find direction at the SEC and the SEC Academic Network.com.